Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I am your whimsical DM, Victoria, and we're going to play some D&D tonight after we do announcements and a recap. So I am going to pass it right off to Kristy for those announcements. Kristy, roll the clip.
Good evening, and welcome to the show. Now, here's a word from our sponsors. Little Dragon Core is a Canadian-based dice company that supplies all kinds of cool tabletop gear. I mean, look at all these pretty dicey boys. Head on over to littledragoncorp.com and enter the coupon code BONUS for 15% off your order. That's BONUS. Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com. Also, big thanks to Syrinscape for the amazing atmospheric sounds and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Syrinscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included to get you started. You don't even need to register. Go to Syrinscape.com to find out more. Thanks as well to Adrian Von Ziegler for providing some additional music that we use here on Thursday nights. He's a talented composer with great content usage rights, so go check out his YouTube and Patreon and support him if you can. Please check out our other games. We stream almost every day here at Provo. We have games for several of the major published 5e modules, as well as homebrew games, and some of our games feature systems other than 5e, like Star Wars, Power Rangers, and Alien. Come watch all of our VODs over on our YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month. Thanks again to all of our sponsors for supporting Proficiency Bonus. And now, back to the show.
We're back, and we're definitely not yelling about superheroes. And with that, I'm gonna pass it right off to Ink for a recap. Ink, be my superhero in this.
Oh, you did it! You did the thing that I do. Well, I'll be happy to save your day by telling you what happened last time on Wild Beyond the Witchlight. So, ongoing spoiler warning, everybody. We are in the last section of the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign module. Your game is definitely not going to look like ours, but it may look a little bit like it. So just be aware that there may be spoilers in the stream. So, the party has continued to make their way through the Palace of Heart's Desire, and their next stop was the not secret library, where they talked to the very ornery, very dry library keeper as they wanted to try and get some information on the riddle of how to use the cauldron and end the time stop. However, this is information that the League of Malevolence is also searching for. So they are not going to be able to get the answer to their question until the League has been dealt with. So the party began to explore the rest of the palace to try and find where the League members may be hiding. In one of the rooms of the castle, in a chamber that seems to be a kind of dungeon filled with demon ichor, the party encountered the first member of the League of Malevolence and did battle with him, which resulted in Dawn and eventually Aurum afterwards coming in contact with this ichorous substance, which gave them visions of horrors beyond their imagination, which sent them both into pretty heightened emotional states and also gave them a point of exhaustion. However, they were able to recover an important amulet that this member was wearing, so we do have that added on. Yippee. On the opposite wing, there was a large beanstalk that was growing up out of the castle, which Aurum decided that he was going to climb and investigate while the rest of the party waited at the bottom. And there he was able to encounter a lovely little wizard frog who's not always a frog all the time, but is definitely normally a frog. A speaking little wizard frog that claims to be Zybilna's familiar. After going back and forth, the frog was able to give Aurum some helpful magic items and descended back down the beanstalk with him and met with the rest of the party, who definitely 100% believe him to be a frog and only a frog, despite the fact that he can talk, turn invisible, and change into things that's not a frog. The party then was able to move forward into the dining room where they encountered I believe it is a Fomorian, a sort of corrupted giantess woman who demanded cake, saying that she had been brought here by the other members of the League of Malevolence and that she demanded cake. The party, mostly Dawn, were fed up with this adventure at this point and were not going to acquiesce to her demands. And as she was thrown into a rage and started to charge the party, that is where we dramatically left off, Victoria.
Thank you very much for saving the day. Both of you, Kristy and Ink, may take D6 Bardic Inspirations for your contributions to the stream. And for Graf, our resident DJ, and Iris, our keeper of deals, you may take Player Inspirations, because your characters have either been made whole or were never without a lost thing in the first place. Just other trauma. Like not like this specific trauma. So yeah, we're gonna do combat. It's time for combat. So, if everybody could roll me some initiative, that would be really cool and fun. Yippee!
This is gonna be the first initiative roll from my new place. Hope it's good. It was alright.
Aw, just alright?
Where'd my chair?
I mean, it was pretty good from my point of view. I'm just
Was it over a 10?
Yes.
Okay, then I would say that's a good.
I know, but you gotta understand that on Sundays I play a character who has a plus 14 to initiative. So I'm kind of spoiled.
Oh my god.
It's pretty rough.
I gotta do my little add turn thing here. Add a turn. Add a turn. Add a turn. Get over here. Aurum, get over here. Add turn. Okay. So we got 15 for Dawn. Ego rolled a 9. Right? Yeah.
Not the best for me.
That's okay.
Sorry, I was updating stream. Give me a second.
You are all good. Oh, yes, and while... speaking of that, thank you, Matthew, and also Pyrite for your amazing chat rewards at the top of the stream. We appreciate it. I'm gonna use some of those GM rerolls probably right now.
No, don't re-roll your initiative.
Actually, I might, because I rolled kind
No.
of stinky. Oh, yippee!
No, don't do that.
Oh, that's so much better. Yeah, Kristy, mark off one of the rerolls. I'm using one of them.
Okay.
What?
No. On initiative?
Yeah.
Where?
And then we have an initiative for Saoirse.
I rolled a 2 for a total of 3.
Okay.
You're scared.
And then we've got Aurum with a 16, Dawn with a 15, Ego with a 9, Clover with a 4, Saoirse with a 3?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds right.
Amazing. And with my reroll, I got a natural 19, so I'm gonna go first with Duvergale.
Yeah.
Because initially I rolled a 9. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do a cheeky little multi-attack. Let me just measure. Okay, what's
Oh
her
yeah,
name?
she mad at Don.
Yeah, she's pretty fucking mad at Dawn. Hold on, so she's 40 feet. Okay. So she is going to move. Oh my god. So, oh my god. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And she is going to, like, she trains, like, one big bulging eye at you, Dawn, and it, like, flashes with this, like, sickly purple-black, like, magic that almost looks like a bruise. I need you to make a charisma saving throw. Of course, I'm making the frickin' paladin do a charisma save, but...
Do you want to know what I just got?
Yeah.
29.
You know what? Okay.
It's paladins.
I know, I did it to myself. I did it to myself. So that's a failure. No, I'm just kidding. It's a success.
Was that a charm or frighten effect?
No.
Dang it.
Actually, I could get higher. I rolled these at advantage.
I could get higher. Oh my
No, I
god.
didn't get higher.
I just started grabbing d6s, and I actually need d8s. 2,
I didn't get higher though. I got lower.
4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. 10. 20. Okay, so you take 30 halved to 15 psychic damage because you saved.
Oh.
So, yeah, she's gonna do that. Reach 15 feet. Let me check. Oh no, you're just out of her reach.
Yeah.
You
fuck.
little stinky. You 5. Yeah, you're just
Little
out
stinky.
of reach. She's gonna grab some silverware off of the table and just make an improvised attack, and it's just gonna like throw a. She's just gonna throw a fork,
Okay.
at Dawn. Again, this is. She's
Jesus
not.
Christ.
She's having
She's
a
not
temper
very
tantrum. She wants
smart.
cake.
She really. Yeah, she like really freaking wants
Honestly,
to.
like fair. Okay.
Yeah, she's having a full-on like meltdown.
Wait, I might have actually
angry.
hit.
She
I
is
might have
hangry.
actually hit.
Oh
Does
boy.
Does a 25 hit?
Throw a knife. At
Yeah,
her.
it does.
Oh
Okay,
shit.
we're just gonna roll.
She
it.
got fucked up so quickly.
You take 8 points of piercing damage.
Are you okay?
As she just like grabs a fork and like she doesn't look like she's necessarily good at like she actually takes like a handful of silverware and throws it at you, and most of them clang off of you, but like one of the forks happens to like go right in between like a notch in your armor, like in between two plates, and it just like sticks in there. So yeah, you're really becoming the meal now. That is going to be her turn. So that means next up is Aurum, and Dawn is on deck. I accidentally moved a couple people because I had to click your tokens, so you guys were like more clustered.
I think my bark skin wore off.
I think you recast it because you said in the middle of the last session that your bark skin wore off, so you were recasting it, and I was like, that's fine.
But was that before I climbed the beanstalk or after I climbed?
I think it was after.
Last.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was after.
It was after.
Because you
it was
climbed
after.
the beanstalk, that's when you said, oh, it's
Perfect.
probably worn off.
Perfect. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna overload, which is our flavor for Aurum when he rages. which hasn't been seen yet.
Paint us a word picture.
Yeah, what does this look like?
Aurum takes in a really big deep breath, like when he was going to the lake in his soul or whatever.
Oh my god.
And slowly, like, all around him, you start to see, like, prismatic gold facets appear and create an aura around his body.
Oh
It's
my
just
god.
kind of like a blob right now, but
An
it's just
Aurum
like
aura?
yeah, like a prismatic gold aura, Aurum aura.
Oh my
around
god, an Aurum aura. I'm here for
himself.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you don't wear armor, do you?
Nope.
So you have unarmored defense now.
Yes, but it's still not good.
Oh, okay.
That's why we need bark skin. But
Yeah.
and bark skin is not concentration. Do this.
It's not, yep.
Without it. And then I'll run up and I'll try to punch a couple times.
Go for it.
Not a great roll so far. That's 17.
That'll hit.
I'm gonna just roll the second one.
Go for it.
That's a 27.
That'll hit.
That one hit. Okay.
And are you doing your special fun punches?
Yes. Yes, I am. Sorry, I'm fighting my character sheet now. I'm gonna make them my favorite foe. I'm gonna do the punchies. Yes. D8, D6. Perfect.
Oh, hey, happy birthday, Eric Blish.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday.
Happy birth.
That's gonna be 18 points of damage for the first punch.
Oh my god.
Does it matter if any of it is psychic?
No,
force?
damage type does not matter.
All right.
You said 18?
Yes.
Okay.
And then the second punch is gonna be 11.
Okay. Yeah, so your fists just like crack into her like warped, like bulbous body. And there's like you've kind of it's like almost like rubbery when you punch her, but it's not like you're hitting with the normal strength that you like would for a punch. She's just like really like blobby, like she's just covered in like warts and bumps, and she's also just like ridiculously comically full of food. But your little like golden moths like explode around her with each of these punches, and she kind of like cries out and is like, "Ah!" and is like trying to like push you away from her. So yeah, you did some damage to her. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, I'm gonna stand right here.
Okay. Dawn, you're up. Ego, you're on deck with Clover to follow.
Yep. Don is furious. So when he does his magical abilities right now, instead of being nice little dandelions and like vines and things growing, it's like flames erupt from him. So he raises his sword and like this like ring of fire will appear around her as he casts Hunter's Mark as a bonus action first off.
Oh my god, okay. She's
going to-
marked.
Yes. I don't know why I rolled that, but then he is going to immediately rush forward, hop onto the table, and he's just kicking things off the table as he runs around here to stop here. And will spin, flanking, and will make 2 attacks.
Okay.
The first attack to hit will be a 21.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay. I can't remember if Hunter's Mark is once or on every attack.
Every attack.
I think it's I think it's all of them.
It's one-handed. I will also be doing a first level smite.
Okay.
He's so mad.
He's so angry.
When you got that damage kind of sucks. And then 1d4 extra damage on top. So it is going to be...
Yeah, whenever you hit it with a weapon attack.
Yeah. It's going to be 5 slashing damage.
Okay.
6 radiant damage. Oh,
Okay.
sorry. 9 slashing damage, 6 radiant damage on the first attack.
Okay, so 15 total. Okay.
Yep, and then the second attack is coming... Natural 20.
Yeah,
I got a
that'll
1 and a natural 20.
Yeah, that'll hit. You can
Alright.
double your dice, or if you want to just double your roll, whichever one works
I'll
for you.
double the dice. It's
I
more
like rolling a lot
satisfying.
more dice. Yeah, it's
It's
super
more
crafty.
satisfying. Yeah.
I have so many dice in my dice box right now. I gotta put them in my other dice thing. Okay. 8, 14, 8, 14, 18, 22, plus 5.
Love the strength.
27 slashing
27. Oh,
on the second attack, and that's it.
okay. Yeah, so you just like absolutely lay into her, and there's like this fiery mark of like like a curled satyr horn that's like floating over her head, and like you can see that like the ring of fire around her is also actually like a giant like curled satyr horn. And as you like slash into her, and like unleash your smite, normally there's like a burst of like joyful music. This is like cacophonous, like very like clashing, and then when you come in with like your second strike, the blooming blade, like for a minute as it's cutting through her flesh, grows these like massive thorns that like embed themselves into her skin and then like fall off as you're like finishing through with the strike. So yeah, that really hurt her a lot, and she like howls in pain. Anything else you'd like to do, Don?
That was my action, movement, bonus action. Nope.
Ego, with Clover on deck, followed by Saoirse.
Alrighty then. Ego's gonna start with some movement. I am not blade singing, so I only have 30. So I am gonna run alongside the table, and I'm going to take my wand, and as I'm running, I drag the tip of the wand along the table as little sparks and bits of magic start to kind of swirl and form from it. And Ego is going to say, "Slip and slide by moonlight gleam, a slick delight, a witch's scheme, oily dance on floor and shoe. Fall and flail, for I've hexed you too." And
Oh my
I'm going
God.
to use the free casting of Grease, or the casting of Grease from the Black Book.
Okay.
Underneath her feet,
Okay.
as I just sort of pull all of the like juices and oils of all the food and all of the yuckiness out of her pores, and I just make a puddle form underneath her feet.
Yeah, so she has to make a dex save, right?
Yes, I just need to check and see if it's at the start of her turn or right now.
The legacy spell is when the grease appears.
Okay, let's do legacy then.
Okay.
And it's a 10-foot square, so it shouldn't be of any issue to our melee fighters.
I unfortunately got a natural 20. I'm
That's
very
okay.
sorry.
If she wants to stay standing in there, I believe she'll have to repeat the save if she ends her turn in it.
Yeah, she will. But yeah, so there's just like salad dressing, and like meat juice all over the floor now. Anything else that you'd like to do?
That's a nice little quick turn for me. Thank you.
Alrighty, Clover, you are up. Saoirse, you are on deck.
Okay. I'm just gonna throw the Chaos Bolt, first level, see what happens.
Okay. That'll hit.
Cool. Oh my god! Here's the thing. There's no other creature I could send it to. So even though it activates, there's no other creature I want to send it to. So I'd probably just another bolt just goes to the wall.
Yeah, because you rolled
two eights.
You rolled two 8s, so that would normally give you. Yeah, if you roll the same number on both, it leaps. Yeah.
Yeah, it leaps, and there's nowhere for it to leap to. Second time that's happened in like 2 weeks. What the heck? So yeah, what? Oh no, that's okay. What damage is this? Double checking something.
Well, it's on 8. It's thunder.
Yeah, so it's thunder. So I feel like with the chaos bolt, it's like like the rumbling in the distance gets louder and louder as it like coalesces in her hand, and as she shoots it, it's like the crack of lightning at her face.
Yeah. It is thunder damage.
It is.
It rings out.
Yep.
So that everyone within 300 feet is going to hear this.
Yep. I can't control it.
Yeah. You have no control over it. But this like crackling thunderous bolt crashes into Dovergale and does its 22 damage.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I rolled max.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I know.
And she like covers her ears. She's like really not like looking super good. But yeah, all of you heard that. It was very, very loud. You think probably everything that is in the palace heard that.
Sorry.
Anything else that you'd like to do?
Do I have a bonus action? I could use a sorcery point, but I'm not going to, because now that I've like rung the house bell for every single room in this house, I'm gonna try to preserve what I got. So that's my turn. Okay. I kind of duck behind the door and kind of like look behind me. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna like press my back to the wall and like wait to see if anyone's coming from behind us.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Next up is Saoirse.
Okay, so this is the Fae boogeyman, right?
Yep.
Is the way that you kind of explained it is like this is the like horror that haunts the nights of Fae children everywhere.
Yeah, like you would have heard fables of like Fomorians will like kidnap Fae children from their beds to like do horrible experiments on them, and they're like just the worst.
Yeah. Okay. So Saoirse's weird. This is not something she expected to be running into at all in this very nice place. So she is going to duck behind this like I assume it's one of those like food carts that's like the rolly carts.
Mm-hmm.
Like okay, yeah. So she's ducking behind that, which is probably the most ineffective place that you could potentially hide. But she's not really a thinker, she's a doer, so she just does that. And then she is going to summon the scariest thing that she can think of, which is the Winter Prince.
Summoning your prince to save you. I see.
Listen, he's scary. He is literally the most. Well, I mean, the most terrifying would probably be Titania, but she can't summon her right now, so she's summoning the second most scary.
I mean, it's giving Belle and Beast.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab a giant rat, and the giant rat is gonna be him right now. Where are you summoning him again?
Away from me and close to this. So I guess
like over here,
Dawn, as far from me as possible.
Okay.
She's scared of him too. So, and if he's on the other side of the giant, she might not see him.
Yeah.
So he can just stay over there.
Okay.
And she goes, just do it.
So yeah, there's like this swirl of like snowflakes that appears in the spot next to Dawn, and then suddenly standing there is this like pale, like icy skinned, like kind of elven man with this like very fine armor and this like big heavy fur over his shoulders and like long white hair, and he pulls out a rapier and like does a flourish and is looking like he's ready to do some stuff. Does he attack on your turn? He's after your turn, right?
He does.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, feel free to.
He shares initiative count, and takes his turn immediately after me. So.
Okay. Is there anything else that you, Saoirse, want to do before we get to him?
No, there's not anything else she can do. Well, I guess she could summon one of her spirits, but she's not going to do that because I don't. Honestly, Iris knows this is kind of a waste of a spell. Well, he's here for an hour, as long as she doesn't like get mad at him and make him go away. So
Yeah, he's gonna be here for the next hour.
If we get into another fight, he could be useful. But we don't want to waste all of our resources in one fight. So
yeah.
Okay, that is. He makes 2 attacks. Plus my spell modifier, which is. So 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
And he's doing.
This combat, it's like kind of giving like a medieval Pokemon battle.
5 plus. What level spell is this? It is a 3rd level spell.
Yeah.
8 piercing damage and 2 force damage.
Okay,
for his
so
first attack.
10, 2.
Oh, and he would have done. Let's see. So he'll do his like face step and give himself advantage on his second attack.
Okay.
But he doesn't need to because that's a natural 20. So
Hey.
he's a little off his game on the first attack, but the second attack is. And I'm rolling max dice as well. Okay, 6. 15 plus. Does the type of damage matter?
Nope.
15 plus 5, so 20 total damage.
Okay. Sheesh. Yeah, so he appears with this flourish, makes like a quick stab at her, and then like as he's like spinning out of that first move, there's like a swirl of snowflakes around him. He turns into a polar bear again and comes down and like rakes 2 massive paws, like with these like dark black claws, like down her side, and she howls in pain. And then he turns back into his elven form. But yeah, he did some pretty good damage.
Thing where I can control him because I need to put his hit points in there.
Yeah. Hold on. The rat is not working. Let me copy Saoirse and put other Saoirse over here.
Oh no. Oh no.
Controlled by okay, and then I'm gonna change the nameplate to Fae Spirit. Okay, so you should be able to control that now.
And I put the blue dot to remind me that she's got concentration.
Okay.
Just so you're not like going, why has Saoirse got this giant blue dot
shit.
over her face?
Victoria, I forgot to do the roll for wild magic.
Oh yeah. Was there anything else that Saoirse wanted to do? Or I guess her summon wanted to do?
That's all he can do. So
Okay.
It was a 19. I think I'm okay, right?
Yeah, you just have, if you nat 1, that's
Okay.
when we would have to yeah. Cool. Okay. So at the top of the round, you guys like hear rumbling elsewhere in the castle. Like as if like stone and like rock and wood is being like crushed and crumbling. And then Dovergale's gonna go. She's gonna turn her evil eye to Aurum. So Aurum, I need you to make a charisma saving throw, and then she's gonna slam her. She has like a great club at her side. It's basically just like the leg of like a table that she ripped off at some point, and she's gonna try to slam that down onto Dawn. I might have hit Dawn again!
Oh my god.
Yeah, because she has a +9. So that's
Stop hitting me.
26 to hit.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
stop hitting me now.
I rolled a 15 plus 0.
Okay, that's good because the DC was 14, so you are successful.
All right.
So against, well, okay. Let me do the evil eye because that was first. 9, 15, 19, 22, 29, halved. 29 halved, 14? Yeah?
Yeah.
14 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Because it's halved because you saved. So, yeah. 29 halved is 14. Rounded down. I don't know why my brain just, like, stopped. And then for the club attack against Dawn. It's not... That is 23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ow.
As she just like crushes
Hurts.
like your pauldron with this like giant piece of wood that she has found somewhere. And she screams out, "Me want cake! Cake!" And yeah, she's like not super happy. Aurum, you are up. Dawn, you are on deck with Ego to follow.
I'm gonna punch.
Do it.
Punch number 1 is a 25.
That'll hit.
Okay, I'm just gonna roll the punches. Punch number 2 is a dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Punch number 3 is a 21.
That'll hit.
All right. $14 points of damage for the first one.
Yes.
14 points of damage for the second one.
So how would you like to, because she, with the second one, that brings her below 0. So if you want to save your third punch,
We'll land the third punch too.
you can just like beat her body down, if you want.
In Aurum fashion, we just keep punching the chest until we're through it.
Okay, yeah, you can just like your first punch hits and you hear like her sternum crack. The second punch hits and your fist goes like through the bone and like flesh, and you can see like her eyes like roll back in her head and she begins to seize. And then with like the third punch, like you reach your other hand into her chest and you can just like fully like punch through her heart. And it just like explodes in her chest cavity. And she like wobbles and hits the ground with like a heavy meaty thud. I should have had her save for the grease.
And then she slips.
She would have gotten a 16 on the grease, so I think she would have. Is that a save?
Oh, my DC is 16.
Okay,
Yeah,
so she would have. She would have saved against the grease, so at least I didn't fuck that up extra hard.
I would have loved for her to slip and then smash her head on
And
to like just eat crap on the table.
But her body certainly does slip into the grease as she is dying.
Schwip swoop.
Schwip swoop, yeah. So, Duvergale is no more. Is there anything else Aurum would like to do?
What direction did we hear the crashing and tumbling coming?
Perception or survival check?
Nope.
Did you get above a 10?
No, I got a 6. Or no, I got an 8.
Yeah, you are not sure. It's like there's a lot of hallways and different like rooms in this palace, and it's also just like weirdly magical, so you're just not sure.
I'm just gonna move myself right into the center of the room.
Okay.
I don't think Don heard anything at all. He just kind of looks down at her body with like, he like sucks his teeth. And he goes, "What a waste of time." And he's going to use, I think, a couple of lay-on hands. I'm gonna use like half of them, so 20.
Okay.
To heal myself a little bit.
Okie dokie. You can certainly do that. Is there anything else that Don would want to do on his turn?
I'm gonna say he probably starts heading towards the next door because, like I said, he probably didn't hear any crashing noise. He was too mad and focused on beating the shit out of that Fomorian.
That's fair. Okay. Ego. Anything you'd like to do?
I'm gonna. I'm gonna reload to roll 20 first off because my map disappeared. Oh, the blinding light. No like spells being cast or anything. I'm gonna move my 30 feet on the opposite side of the table. Actually, we'll action dash to the wall, so I'll scamper and run over here and press my back up against the wall.
Okay. You may do so.
Thank you.
Clover, anything that you would like to do?
Could I tell which direction the crash was coming from?
Perception or survival check. I'm deleting that face spirit token and I'm setting up the new one. Thank you, Iris.
They're both the same. So. Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like it kind of is coming like north, like the opposite end of the room that you guys entered from, the side that Ego just ran to. It's coming like vaguely in that direction.
Was that my action to do the perception check?
Yeah, if you want to like stop and get a sense of direction like that, that is going to take like
that's fine.
Your action.
Then I will, I guess, 5, 10, 15, 20. How many feet do I have? I think I only have 25. 25. That's as far as I can go.
Your little legs.
My little legs, and I haven't attuned to the other boots, so I can't fly yet. I'm just hobbling along, and I guess just paying attention with my perception check. Waiting.
Okay. Saoirse, is there anything that you would like to do? As this creature falls, the face spirit that you have summoned does like a flourish and looks to you to see whether or not he should sheathe his sword because he's at your command.
Oh, so we heard a noise.
Yeah, you heard like a rumbling, crashing sound.
Okay, but we're not. Okay, so we're not looking in the room. We're looking outside the room. We're not thinking there's something invisible here, I guess is what I'm trying to clarify.
It definitely didn't sound like it was in the room, like it was muffled.
Okay.
And it seems like, I think Clover probably, like, she runs in and, like, her ears are, like, pointed and she's, like, very much, like, looking at the opposite end of the room.
Gotcha.
When your cat hears something that you don't see it, but they're like super focused in, that's what she's doing right now.
Yeah, okay. Just because my totems do different things, and one of them does, like, help with detecting
invisible creatures, yeah.
So I was like, do I need to pull that one out? The other one, though, gives you advantage on perception checks, but I don't think we're needing that right now.
Not yet, I don't think.
I'm gonna tell him to, like, I think Saoirse is still hiding behind this cart uselessly because what if it's another one? We don't know. It could be a second one in the next room. So she's still hiding uselessly behind the cart. She's gonna, like, just gesture that he just follows everybody else. Like, go. And then she's going to hold. Let's see. I think she's gonna hold movement again for now. If anything comes like into the room, she'll move.
Yeah, so you can gesture, you can like kind of hide behind this cart, you gesture at him, and
Go that way, go.
he like does like a little bow, and says, I didn't take you for a coward, but as you wish, princess. And he's gonna start
Yo,
moving. 10,
the banter is next level.
Shit already. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my god.
He's coming in hot.
Immediately just starting some shit.
Yeah.
At
the top of the round, let me go into and measure some stuff again.
It's okay though. Saoirse doesn't actually mind being a coward because cowards survive. Okay, she's not a warrior. She's a princess.
Could be a warrior princess.
Oh yeah.
She could be. She's not, but she could be.
Ego.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your passive perception?
Not high. 12.
You're like right at this door, and you hear this like sort of like slithering, like scraping sound, and like
Oh, no.
you can hear like some like a little bit of like stones like maybe being moved or like kicked against other stones, and then you begin to hear this like kind of shuffling, like shifting sound, and then like as you're getting right up to the door and kind of like posting up beside it, you begin to hear this like faint, like echoing, whispered burbling. It's almost like if you've ever heard like layered audio where it's like multiple voices like whispering and talking and you can't really figure out what any of them are saying. You begin hearing this like eerie, faint, like unintelligible whispers and hissing.
Can I, because it's like it's doing the like multi-layered thing, because I'm trying to ascertain, am I just not hearing super well? Is it magical in nature? Is it a language I don't know? Can I try and make an active perception check now that I've at least thought that something's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're like kind of still in turn order, but like if there's anything that anyone like wants to do, you guys have like one more round of actions and they don't have to be in the turn order. So we'll start with like ego here. A 19.
Yeah, 19 for an act. So like I was up against the wall. Now I'm hearing something. So now I'm leaning in and I'm like pressing my little forked ears, kind of lightly scraping my elder cross against the door, I guess.
Yeah, you listen and it begins to get like louder, but it remains this like it's not getting louder in the sense of it's like a bunch of people talking far away that are getting closer. Like whatever this is you think is quite close to you. But it's not like any language. And whatever it is, like you realize a second too late that it's magical because I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
That is fair. Charisma saving throw. Whoop-de-doo.
Or not like
Another
magical, but like that it's an effect, I guess.
Another 19. 18 plus 1.
Okay. Yeah, so that is a success. You barely. You hear this burbling and there's a moment where you like begin to just like fall out of consciousness and like but not in the sense of like you're fainting. Like you just kind of like start leaving your own body, and you feel your body begin to act on its own. But you snap yourself back into it because you realize that whatever this is not people. It's some sort of an effect that is happening. Maybe like somewhat of a magical effect. But it's definitely not like anything that you've ever experienced before.
Okay.
And you still hear it.
Yeah, okay. Ego's going to, well, technically that is my thing to do, I suppose, but Ego will probably react badly. Ghibli hair thing. Hair goes because it's my hair is reactive to magic anyway. So I think it's like, something bad and magical going on in there, guys. That is my turn.
Okay.
Or my little thingy do.
Yeah. Dawn, I need you to make a charisma saving throw. And I'm gonna take that as your turn for this round, Ego. So technically
Absolutely.
you would be like after Dawn, but we're just gonna like kind of skip. And if anyone wants to do anything specific, you can say so.
Magical effect, right? Because that changes my answer.
Yeah, it doesn't say that it's specifically magical, and because of like what it is, if
it's a creature's natural ability.
Yeah, it's just like a trait. Like it's just a thing that happens.
Okay. Then I'll go with the first die instead of the highest die. So instead of a 30, it is going to be a 23.
Okay. You also have this moment of feeling yourself leaving your body and your body beginning to move of its own accord, but you're also just like, I'm so fucking sick of everything right now. I don't have time for this. And so you are able to snap out of that as well. But you begin to, like, you're not super perceptive, but you hear this, like, very, very faint, like, you think it's, like, some kind of whispering. Is there anything that you would like to do with this turn?
I'll tell everybody to stop because he hears something on the other side of the door and it's trying to affect him.
Okay. So everybody hears that there's something on the other side of the door. Anything else?
He's going to move forward.
Okay. Okay. Clover, anything you want to do?
Because I'm
Dawn
sure
says that there's something on the other side of the door.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get closer, but I am gonna climb up because I feel like Aurum and Ego everybody had the right idea to get up on the table. I'm just gonna climb up on the end of the table.
Okay.
And I guess hold an action with one of my cantrips. For if something bursts through the door coming in hot, I'll throw a sorcerer burst at them, I think. And that is my turn. I'll hold an action.
Alrighty. So you're holding an action. Saoirse, anything you would like to do?
I do think Saoirse's gonna move forward a little bit. She's just gonna come hide behind the table instead. That way she's
yeah, you can just duck down.
She's just closer to everybody, but she's not closer to the door because Dawn just said don't go towards the door. So she's like, all right, I still need to be like within a certain range of all of you.
Right.
But I will stay as far from the door as possible. So yeah, I think she's just gonna essentially take the dodge action preemptively and duck behind this table.
Okay.
And she'll like gesture at his cranky pantsness to stay where he's at.
He will incline his head in acknowledgement to you. And we will go back up to the top of the turn order. Dawn.
Yes.
you feel the doors begin to like rattle and like creak and like something is like pushing against it. You hear like claws scraping against wood. And then you begin to hear like a thumping and a slamming of and because you were actively like aware that there's something over there, you will have advantage. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw as this door like explodes. And it just gets like completely slammed down.
Oh no. 12.
Ego, you could also make one because you're kind of like right there, and this is like
I got
not
12.
okay. 12.
You have a
That
+4, by the way.
Okay, it was what was it, Dex you said?
yeah, Dex, please.
Okay, so with Dawn's aura, yeah, that's gonna change to a +8. 11.
Okay, that is also
Oof.
a failure. Need one more.
But I told everyone to stay back.
I already had used my turn to listen.
Okay. So you hear this like scraping and scratching and thumping against the door, and then there is like a sudden moment of just explosion as this door and like the wall around it explodes. I will draw like a black little so like
Jesus, this is gonna.
this whole area is opened right up.
Oh.
Hold on, that was like way too big. This
That's not what she said.
is ripped open. And I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this over here. And we're gonna then do more revealing. Yeah. 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 So you're gonna get pushed back. You're both gonna get pushed back 10 feet from this explosion of the door. Because, like, you.
Fuck.
Yeah. You're both getting yeeted. Sorry. Why? Front. There we go. As, this, like, you see this, like, long, sickly green scaled tail passing through like the wood of the door and like the stone of the wall as it crashes through and just demolishes everything. And in a swirl of green wings and small green tentacles and like lanky kind of bulbous like limbs, you all come face to face with the Jabberwock. Its bulbous, like moon-like eyes are right in the faces of Dawn and Ego.
Shit.
As it was unfortunately alerted
I'm so sorry. This is not in the plan.
by the sound of the thunder.
Fine, we just gotta find this owl while also running from it.
So it is going to do some things.
Does my held action pop off?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
What is the
was-
range on the spell that you cast?
120.
Okay, perfect.
And what was the damage from this? Or is it
Oh,
just
my bad. I didn't give you the. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Sorry,
you
that was
guys-
such teacher. Didn't we have homework? But the wall exploded. So.
Yeah, the wall exploded. The two of you go flying back 10 feet. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage each.
Oh my god.
And yeah, this like the long like neck of the Jabberwock like slithers into the room and It's like it has these like long, sharp, like misshapen teeth that like chitter. And now that its face is right in yours, Ego and Dawn, you realize that the Jabberwock is the source of this burbling, as this like these like multi-layered voices of like whispers and rasps are like emanating from its like cavernous, overlarge mouth as it like roars in your face. So the spell that you were, everything that everyone was holding can go off. So for the spell that you were holding, Clover,
Yeah.
St. Andrew 69 gave a D12 inspiration.
Thanks. For everybody in the party, do we have a preference on what type of damage I hit this creature with? Not thunder,
No.
obviously.
No.
Maybe just like something good old elemental.
Like a fire? Should I try some fire?
Some fire.
Okay, I'll try some fire. We'll see what happens. If I even hit.
'Cause I don't know, like
24 to hit.
That'll hit.
it might be like impervious to everything. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. We don't have a Vorpal blade.
That's really shit. 4.
Okay. And which
Wait, just let me double check, because I rolled 2. I don't know if that does anything with this spell, but I'll double check. Oh, no, it's only if I roll a d8 that do I get something happens. It's not doubles on this one, because it's different than Chaos Bolt. So yeah, 4 fire damage with the held action is my
Okay.
thingy.
Yeah, so you can let off this like burst of fire at the Jabberwock. And then let me switch to there we go.
On a d12, you said. Thank you.
Yes. So
Well,
how long is that? 120 feet? Yeah. Ego, Aurum, Clover, and Saoirse. I need you all to roll me dexterity saving throws.
Okay, I still have Dawn's aura.
Yeesh.
they don't fuck
So
me
let's-
need to be on. Let's find out. Okay. That's probably not very good.
17.
Ego. I want to. I'm a little wizard. Can I have a player? Can I take
Yeah.
a player reroll?
You want to play a reroll?
Can you expend one for me, please?
I can do that. Yep.
I not have another one. of
Ego,
these?
please.
Hey, what's better?
It is better. It is better. Do you still have your like inspiration for recap?
Yeah, I'm gonna add the D6 to it as well, and then that's
Keep telling
whatever.
you not to use
Wherever
digital dice.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna.
I packed all my dice away
Aw.
because I'm
no.
moving.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Fuck.
Oof.
You know what? Just
Wow.
take all my HP, dude.
Wow.
What do you want?
Okay,
Oh,
so
wow.
for Ego, you got a 14.
After all
all
reroll
that?
and adding my D6 and having a +8, yeah, it's a 14.
Okay, that's a failure. Aurum, you
Uh-oh.
said you got a 17.
Yeah.
That's a failure.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
Clover.
I mean, I also probably failed then because I also rolled a 17.
that's a failure. Saoirse.
I'm super glad I didn't take a reroll because it wouldn't. I have a +1 to dexterity, so it really wouldn't have made much of a difference. I rolled a 7.
Yeah. Okay.
I
so
did
that's
already
also a
do my
failure.
concentration check as well. So depending on the damage, I may or may not maintain concentration.
Okay. You gotta give me a second. You gotta do some
9,247,000.
math.
If
No.
this was an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma save, I could choose to pass.
We gotta think fast here, y'all.
I only have one plan, and if it doesn't work,
We gotta get out. We gotta run. We can't kill it.
No, we gotta run.
I have one thing I can try to that isn't in the realm of killing it, just to give us something.
We gotta
I'll
banish.
try.
It needs a banish.
You all take 41 points of fire damage.
Why am I not playing?
Is that
I'm
half?
not down, but I'm not good.
Oh, that's not half.
So-
That's not half
Oh, we
because I
all
failed.
failed.
Yeah, we all
Sorry,
failed.
how much?
Yeah,
41.
41?
so
I'm not down, but I'm not good.
the
Okay.
creature busts in the door, and its head like quickly turns and assesses and sees all of you. And I think for like Ego and Dawn, you two being particularly close, and probably also Aurum, just because of like your experience like with hunting and things, like this creature is actively looking for ways to hurt as many of you as possible. Like it's like there's an intelligence here because it positions itself so that its head is just behind, just like in front of Ego, and you watch as these like milk white eyes begin to glow with fire, and then this fiery beam of 120 foot long, 5 foot wide, just like line of fire emits from its eyes, and just roasts all of you.
Yeah, and we lined up perfectly for him.
Yeah. And it makes some like little burbly noises, and then it's going to take a legendary action, and it's going to make a wing attack, because there are 2 of you within 10 feet of it. No, it's not. It's not going to do that. No, it's not. It's not going to make a legendary action.
Great.
I'm gonna hold on to that and see what happens.
Okay.
So then we have Aurum, and then Dawn is on deck.
This is fine. Everything's burning. This is fine. I shouldn't have chose fire. I miscalculated.
It has this. It's like a huge creature, but it has this like very like its body's very long. It's not like big and beefy the way that like a red dragon would be. It has this almost like serpentine body with these like spindly wings that it seems to have like tucked in and like slithered down the hall and then just like slammed its tail to like smash the wall open. But he's here now. What would you like to do, Aurum?
Boy, little baby.
And I'm gonna put him in like, over here.
I have a plan.
You have a
Okay.
plan?
I have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna 5 30 35 action dash 5
Mm-hmm.
35 and I'm gonna Misty Step.
Okay. Let me reveal some stuff because
Do I
I'm
have to use a
bigger.
bonus action to drop my rage? I don't know how to play.
I mean, if you don't
Rage
damage, it just
variant.
goes
It just drops
away.
up. Yeah,
It'll just go away.
it'll drop
No,
on
it
its own.
After one round, if you don't deal or take damage, it will just drop.
Right.
Oh, but you're casting a spell.
Trying to cast a spell.
I mean, look.
You
let's
can't
look
cast
up-
spells while raging.
Well, that's
Yeah.
why he's asking.
He's asking if he can drop
yeah,
it.
that's why I'm going. Hold on, let me go look. You can also end your rage on your turn as a bonus action. So
that
if you,
takes his
but that
Misty
takes,
Step.
yeah. So you can either keep your bonus action. You'll lose the rage naturally. No, you took damage. You took.
But we
damage
had.
this
But didn't
round.
we have a round where there was nothing happening?
That's true. So
There
you're
was a-
not
We
enraged.
did.
Yeah, we had a
You're not enraged anymore.
we had a full round with no.
That's fair.
Uh,
There was time between that.
Yeah, thank
As
you.
I
for
as
that.
I run past everybody, I'm gonna say run the other way.
So you're going that. Oh, so we're splitting.
I'm
Is that
going
what you-
for the cauldron.
Aurum is like.
Because it'll prioritize you because it protects the cauldron.
Right.
So yeah, Aurum is like on the table and like probably like looks back at Clover and Saoirse and just yells like, "Run the other way!" and just like books it through this hole that the Jabberwock has like opened, like has to like jump over its tail and like makes a hard left and turns down the hallway. So you can Misty Step if you would like. This is now open where this other like black squiggly is, and you can see there's like a door here. There's a door here.
So, wait, for clarity, oh wait, no, we don't have the riddle. Never mind. I was like, we have the horn. We have her true name. You could just like run in there and wake her up, but we don't know what the riddle means.
Yeah.
You could try.
I'm just trying to get him away from you guys. So.
Oh, I know, but if you're running in there anyways, you could just like tap her and be like, "Wake up."
It's all right. Everything's gonna be okay.
Anything else that you want to do, Aurum?
That's my turn.
Dawn, you are up.
I also have a thing that I want to try before I dip. I'm going to try to use my channel divinity. I hope it's a fae. I can't tell. To turn the faithless on it.
What creature? It only affects fae?
It affects as follows: fae and fiends.
Unfortunately, this is a dragon. I'm sorry.
Well, I tried. I'm going to... since that's not a spell, I guess I use my bonus action to Misty Step back here.
Okay.
I'm going to move 35 feet here. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. I actually, before you do that, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw. You can leave yourself there for now, and we'll move you back if we need to.
22.
You're fine. Okay. So you are good. So that's Dawn's turn. Anything else for Dawn?
No, I can't do anything else.
Okay. Ego, I need you to make me a charisma saving throw.
Maybe do a probo. You're muted.
There's no audio.
17. Do we got like a... I don't know what. Do we have a D8?
So you can do a
We got
probo
everything.
where you add your proficiency bonus. You got D6s, D8s. You got everything. So whatever you want to use.
Let's do a
probo. Yeah, do a
because
probo.
That's a set +3 to turn it into a 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that.
It's a good thing that you use that because you would have failed, but with the probo, that is a success. Again, you hear this like burbling, and it's like it almost turns into this like overpowering drone that just like turns off your consciousness, but you are aware that it's happening, and so you're trying your best to fight it off, and you like summon all the power that you have and like all the darkness of like your curse, and you're able to block it off. What would you like to do with your turn?
Ego, can you get closer to me? Because I can get you out of here if you can get a little bit closer to me because I have short legs now.
Yeah. Let's start with using a bonus action to activate Blade Song. That's
Okay.
gonna increase my walking speed and my AC. I'm gonna use my action because I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Like try and cast Polymorph on the Jabberwock.
Okay.
Okay.
I should also mention this is for Clover because technically your thing went off before its turn. When the Jabberwock started its turn, all of the fire damage that you had caused to it healed right back up. Like its skin, like these like little tentacles appear all over its body where the wounds were and just like knit together and then like form into its flesh.
Do I feel like it's because it's fire or just in general it just has a natural healing ability?
If you wanted to like take your turn to try to rack your brain, you could, but
I'll think about that later. That's future Clover problems.
So then, Ego is casting Polymorph. What do
Yeah.
is that a wisdom save?
I believe it's con.
Oh my god, I keep dropping stuff. Okay.
I believe it's a con save.
Okay.
Not a bad idea.
29.
Ooh, oh.
I thought is that new polymorph? Because old polymorph is.
Oh, is it a wisdom?
save.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me check. Oh. No, Graf is right.
Yeah.
Why am I
so
thinking it's
wisdom save.
con? It's a
So
wisdom
it's wisdom save. It probably still
Okay.
passed.
It's a 22.
Yeah.
Still passes.
I rolled really good on that one. I'm sorry. Anything else you'd like to do?
Run away.
Yeah, come to me, come to me.
Okay, so you're gonna use your movement to run. Okay, it is gonna make a attack at you.
That's why I used Blade Song.
Yeah, he's gonna try to rend you with his long claws. Hold on. I realized that this man, we need a picture. I'll put him, he's in there somewhere, but we're gonna put a fresh pic of him in Maps Handouts pics because he deserves it. Maybe he was born with it, maybe it's Maybelline. Oh, that went flying.
Here, let's see if I can.
23 to hit.
I'll cast Shield as well.
Okay.
As a reaction.
Yeah, so this like shield of like brambles and thorns, like your chest like plants like come out and just
Ooh.
like fling out at the claws of this creature as it goes to claw down at you, and you are able to avoid getting slashed.
That was like just a little bit over my new AC. Okay, I have 40 feet of movement, so I get
Perfect.
here.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Oh my god, perfect. Love it. I love it.
Really hoping I can polymorph it.
No, that
And
was
I
a good
think if it
idea.
rolled- I think if it rolled really low, I could.
Yeah.
If it had rolled low, but I got a natural 19, so that was gonna be kind
Okay.
of hard to...
Yeah, so it's not impossible. I can try if I end up
Yeah.
getting I got one more 4th level.
Yeah.
Um,
Clover.
Okay. Give me a second. I gotta zoom out. Sorry, map. Let's see. Yeah. So, the cauldron is here, right?
No, that's the oh yeah, right there.
That's the cauldron.
Yeah, let me
That's
put a
where
little
Aurum's
text.
heading towards.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, I think maybe getting. Can you remind me, like, when we were up on the upper floor, could we see down into the cauldron? Like, could we see down into that space, or was it, like, all walled off?
Shit. You were never in the upper floor that far over. The parts of the upper floor that you guys went to were, like, the turrets in the middle. Like, you went up into one turret.
Oh, we went over on
it's
these, like, these ones.
in like the stormy area, you were up
Yeah.
in like this turret over here. Like,
Okay, so we weren't on like.
Yeah, no, you were not over there. There's like a door. Like there's a door here. You guys had come in from where this green arrow is in P24.
Yeah.
And it's like a large room, but it's not like open to multiple floors.
Okay.
The so far the only room that you've been in that's open to multiple floors is the beanstalk, because it literally busted through and lifted part of the castle up. And this room that you guys are in right now, there is a balcony. That's what this dotted black line is.
Okay.
There's like a balcony up there. If you still had your wings, you could fly up there.
Yeah. Okay. Ego, do you think we should go like in this area or like more hidden? Like, I'm thinking, because I still want to be able to access Aurum, like, if he's coming through this way. Should we go this way or down here? You have a preference?
I think the top, because the pool room, because it will allow you to see Aurum. But also, if we needed to, I could like fly out because we need to find Bloody Beak.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Then that is what I'll do. I'm gonna waddle my way over to Ego.
Thinnings would have told you guys where Bloody Beak was in the castle, like
Oh.
where
There's
the
the
aviary
door.
was.
Yeah.
Bloody Beak is this last room at the northeastern side of the castle, so directly behind the Jabberwock.
Oh, should we just go in here?
And you can you can teleport somewhere that you don't need to see, so you could teleport us in there.
Dimension door. You just need to know like
That
what
it's there.
is, right? Like,
Yeah.
that it's there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean we can see the room.
All right.
So we
And he
need
doesn't
Bloody
know we're going in there. We're disappearing. So I guess I will yeet us into the aviary and hope for the best.
Okay, you sure can do that.
which is really bad because like maybe Bloody Beak will just knock me out. But
So I'm
Maybe.
gonna grab you two and yeet you up here.
Just gonna double check if I'm gonna use this as like a bonus action.
Okay.
I'll just use it. As
So, quick pause. So the two of you teleport beyond this wall, and an enormous owl, much larger than the Jabberwock, stands perfectly still in the middle of the room with its wings partially outstretched. There's a wall of iron bars stretching from floor to ceiling that forms a protective barrier around the chamber's entrance, which is like northwest of where you guys are. So you are not in the protective area. You are in Bloody Beak's enclosure. That little like barred area up there by the door would keep visitors separated from the owl. The wall that's across from the double door, like so over here,
Mm-hmm.
that one, the wall across from that double door has a 20-foot wide circular opening sealed with hinged semicircular windows in wrought iron frames. The marble floor all around you is littered with the bones of giant rats. So get another stat block up.
okay, it's okay.
So
I can get Bloody Beak out.
yeah, looking at this bird, its wingspan is probably at least 200 feet. It's like gargantuan. And it's like standing there still with its wings slightly out. You guys teleport in, and like immediately these like very large eyes and this like the beak of this like little I think it's like a barn owl like lock in on you, and it like tilts its head and its feathers like ruffle a little bit. Oh, you know what? No, it doesn't, because it's frozen in time. So he doesn't move. He's frozen.
Who has the unicorn horn? Do you?
I have it
Yeah, he has it, I think.
because I was the one who used it last.
That's right, yep.
So yeah, Bloody Beak is frozen in time,
Okay.
and you guys are in his enclosure. What would
Okay.
you like to do? You used a dimension door to come over
Mhm.
here, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, what does that look like when you dimension door?
I feel like it looks a little bit different instead of like the void stepping with like the galaxy like black hole opening like a wormhole. I feel like this one is almost like a Star Trek type situation. You know when they get like beam me up, Scotty? They kind of like disappear into like a burst of
Yeah.
like sparkles and then like rematerialize where she wants.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if you saw, but Pyre gave another GM reroll.
Okay, let me fix that.
Yeah, so you guys come
Derek,
to
I'm gonna fight you.
Bloody Beak is frozen in time.
Fuck. Sorry, I'm making things so complicated this session. I apologize, fam.
That's okay. Yeah, is there anything else that you would like to do on your turn, Clover?
I'm gonna Yeah, because he doesn't. I have to. I'm gonna use some sorcery points to use a bonus action to send Dawn a message saying, "We need that unicorn ASAP to get this owl awakened out of time." Go
Okay,
north.
so Dawn.
Okay,
You
so
hear-
at least he knows the deal.
Yeah.
Yes, so Dawn, you hear this message that they need the unicorn horn and to go north. And with that, it is Saoirse's turn.
So here's what Saoirse knows. Saoirse knows that Aurum just ran in one direction. I don't know what he's doing, where he's going, or why. I just
He
know
just told
he ran.
you guys to run in the other direction,
Right.
and then
So
he
ran through the door. I don't know he's going to the cauldron. I don't know where he's going. I just know he said go the other way. Saoirse's great at following directions. She may be a princess, but she's not fully the one in charge. So if someone tells her what to do that like seems like they know what they're talking about, she's like, all right. So she is going to. Her plan is to get out for sure. Before she does that, though, she is going to look at her summoned and can you do something about that? I don't know how this works because all she knows so far is that like she summons him and he fights things, but like, can you do a thing? And can you do something about that?
As this creature appeared, like the Winter Prince, the Prince of Frost, remains unfazed and looking slightly bored and irritated. And he quirks an eyebrow up at you and says, "Would that I could. Unfortunately, this is but a fragment of my true self that you have summoned here."
If I give you some of my magic, can you do it? Something.
I am a projection, a tiny piece of myself. I am not.
Just say no.
You can try.
Oh,
Okay.
you can try.
At the very least, you're not summer. If it were summer magic, it wouldn't work. We are on opposite sides. But you are spring. Spring is next to winter.
We'll debate that later. I'm going to try and just, I guess, basically pour a spell slot into that, like, boost that spell.
Okay.
To try and get him more powerful so he can do Winter Fae bullshit.
Okay.
To maybe do something to at least delay the Jabberwock, maybe?
Yeah.
Or,
I mean-
like, put it to sleep, or get it out of, like, banish it temporarily, or, like, something. She's like, just do something to, like, make it less of a threat.
Okay. So the spell is normally 3rd level, right?
Yes. I have 4th levels, though, that I can give him if I need to. If I feel like...
Okay, yeah, if you want to...
The big magic is usually your highest spell slot, right? So...
Yeah. I mean, do you wanna just like basically if you just consume a 4th level spell slot, you can have him be like a 4th level, like an upcasting, so that it's basically
he
gets
can't
that
really do
normal-
anything else though with just making him a higher level.
Okay, so then do you want to do like more like wibbly wobbly big magic and like give him
Yeah.
some power?
Yeah, she is going to like shove Spring into his face.
Okay. Are you like throttling it, or are you giving as much as you can? Basically, are you making this like a major thing or a minor thing?
How panicked is Saoirse right? This thing is going to fucking kill us. Like, we don't have the ability to kill it right now. She doesn't know what Clover's doing. Clover and Ego literally just disappeared. She has no clue what they're doing. So she's
Well, you
she's
did hear the
assuming-
conversation because she was asking, like, do you want to go to the pool room, or? And then he's like, well, there's an aviary. She's like, okay, let's go to the aviary. So, but I don't know if she knows where that is.
I think she's
Saoirse
still
vaguely pays attention sometimes.
she's panicking right now.
Yeah.
That's fair.
She's not. All she knows is that you probably followed Aurum's directions to get out of here.
Yeah.
So, she's alone with Dawn, who is very capable but does not have a Vorpal blade, in with the dragon. So she is like, I'm going to throw everything at this thing to make it stop because it will kill all of us.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna assume that you're just trying to give it as much power as you can.
Yeah.
So I think that one is going to be okay. Yeah, roll a d100.
Percentiles out. Okay. This is such a bad idea. Iris hates it. I never thought I would actually be the one using this. Okay, so that's that is a 60.
Okay. So okay. That is not a success.
Okay.
I need you to roll me another d100.
Yep. $72.
Okay, you go to like pour your magic into this summon and try to just give everything that is spring to him in the hopes that he can help to fend off the Jabberwock. You lose consciousness for a day.
Yep.
So for the next like 24-ish
Oh my
hours,
fucking god!
You just Dawn, you
Look, Saoirse, whenever she does big magic, she falls unconscious. The Sleeping Beauty curse is
is
it
very
really
real,
be
yeah.
her curse activating.
So Dawn, you would see like out of the corner of your eye that Saoirse like has all of this like green and pink magic that like wells up around her even though she's like in her winter form, and there's like all these flowers that bloom, and then it kind of like fizzles and sputters. Her entire body goes completely white, all of the color drains out of it, and she loses consciousness, and she is just like white hair, white skin, her clothes are white, everything is just completely barren, like bereft of any kind of color, and she is unconscious. The
Fucking serious.
the face spirit
Hi.
over in the corner, let me just check something. Let me roll a d100 on my side and just something.
I would have to drop concentration, so he would.
I know that, but this is also. No, I didn't roll high enough. If I'd rolled over 50, something would have happened. But unfortunately, the fragment of his consciousness that is here is just not strong enough. So he like sees this happens. The last thing that you see, Saoirse, as you're like trying to pour your magic into him, is his eyes go wide. And he's like,
joy.
well, no, you see his
There's no
eyes.
connection.
So you see his eyes go wide as you begin to feel like your consciousness slipping from you, and you just hear him say, "Don't!" And then he like vanishes right as you like drop. So he goes to like yell something. He's gone. Goodbye, sir. I'm gonna put him over in the corner. He's gonna be over here by the balcony.
At some point.
So that's Saoirse's turn. So then we're at the Jabberwock.
That's my game, guys. I'm gonna go get a snack.
Okay.
Fine.
Why did that happen?
Fine,
I don't
everything
want
is
that.
fine.
Ungroup. I didn't make a tab group. What the heck? Okay. So the Jabberwock can only see 2 people, and one of them is unconscious, and one of them has not been.
Technically under the table at this point, because she was
You,
like
yeah,
behind
that's
the
true.
table.
You were like, ah, and then like kind of crumpled underneath the table. So the Jabberwock is gonna come over here.
It doesn't
Maybe.
care about the cauldron.
I was gonna say, it can't see Aurum. All the walls are broken, right?
The walls are broken. One thing that you guys would remember from the lore of the Jabberwock that you know is that when it hurts its prey, it pursues them like without fail until it kills them.
It hurt me too.
It hurt.
Okay.
Okay. It hurt me
Okay.
and Ego first.
Let me roll something. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3,
Rollies.
4, 5. Okay. So Dawn, you would see that the Jabberwock turns and is going to leave this room.
Okay.
And it's gonna come right over here. This is as far as it can get on this turn. And it's it like slithers up onto the opposite wall and begins like climbing away on the ceiling. And it's definitely like it can't like it basically has to do a dash to get through this chunk of the hallway between the two broken pieces, because this piece right here is like difficult terrain. It's not very long, but it's just enough because he's a huge creature that he has to like spend double movement, so he can't really get very far. He would get like to there probably. Let me see. Yeah, he has to take an action to do that. He's then going to... How far away are you?
20 feet.
Okay. Yeah, he's not gonna... No, you know what? He's gonna make... No, he's not. Aurum, it's your turn.
All right, we're booking it.
Okay.
35. Oh, man. I'm gonna action. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Gotta read.
Can technically see it.
I think my best plan of action is to action dash.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way I could like bonus action, like tap the onyx knuckles against the cauldron, just to make noise?
Yeah, that's like a free action. You're just like, it's like an object interaction. Like, you can just do that.
I'm just gonna try to make the dung noise to make him more mad.
Yeah, it makes
as I
like
pass
a dull, like, kind of clanking noise.
10,
Anything else for you?
20, 25, 30, 35.
Okay. He's booking it.
That's it.
That's it? Okay. Dawn, the Jabberwock, has turned and seems to be pursuing somebody else.
Man. I guess he's gonna go over to where Saoirse is, and she's unconscious again.
Yeah.
If he was mad before, he's super mad now. He's going to probably pick her up. Doesn't really want to risk like going into a room he hasn't been in before. So I feel like even it's gonna make things harder, but he's gonna take her back to this P15. At least he's gonna start taking her back.
For sure.
I think that's all he can move when he's carrying another person, though.
Yeah, she's not heavy, but she's long.
Yeah.
So you have to like watch, like if you push through the door and you're like, oh shit, I just cracked your head against the door. But yeah, so you can totally do that. Picking her up is like probably your bonus action. So if you wanted to action dash, you can.
Yeah, I'll action dash. Fine.
Or if you wanted to do something else with your action, that's totally fine.
Nope. I have nothing else to do with my action.
Okay. Then with that, Ego.
I'm gonna use 25 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and thrust open the aviary doors.
Okay.
Well, I know you said they have a latch, so it's like...
Clover, I'm gonna say you're at the tail end of your last detect magic. This door is magically sealed shut. So it's not locked with like a lock, but you can see that there is like a magical like force keeping it closed. So you can share that with Ego. Oh, you're muted.
That. Yes, I would share that with Ego, and I'm like, we could probably dispel the magic. I'm not sure.
Or you?
There's,
I think you still have your little. Your
or
chime,
yeah,
right?
or you have the chime of opening.
Yes. I wanted to try it physically first. The Chime of Opening uses the knock spell, which says that if a target is held shut with arcane locks, then that spell is suppressed for 10 minutes, in which time the target can be opened and shut normally. So, I will use my action to ring the Chime of Opening, targeting this door.
Yeah, and you can, and a knock spell or similar magic can open up these like big like window doors that are here, and you feel them magically like begin to separate, and so then you can start like pushing them open, and you are like looking down like it's a pretty big drop from where you are now. This is just like open air, but the doors are open. Now you're just missing a unicorn horn.
And these are all windows on the side of the castle? Or no?
Those are just like walls. I
The
don't.
little- okay, that's
I
fine.
don't think they're specifically. I can check. But I think it's just like walls.
It's okay if not. Ego will probably ask Clover to tell Dawn that I'm going to meet him at the Beanstalk for a unicorn horn handoff. I can't cast Fly on myself this turn.
Okay. You know what? In this room, specifically P18, those are probably windows. I'm like looking at it and it doesn't say, but like in the picture, there's a bunch of windows behind Evergale, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that there's windows, like all along the wall in P18 that faces outward.
Then yeah, the revised will be. I'm coming around the east side of the castle. You know, if you can look for me, get to a window, get to a beanstalk, I'm gonna be flying by in a couple seconds.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you can ask Clover to do that.
Yeah. Because I can't climb out here, I need to wait until I can fly.
Clover, you're on deck.
Yeah, I will use my action to send message to Dawn.
Is there anything else that Ego's doing? Or you're just like waiting to be able to fly on your next turn?
Yeah, I'm getting my my broom
out?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the fastest way back to him. Because yeah.
Okay, so then we'll go to Clover, and you can send the message. You can communicate to Dawn that Ego is coming. You know, like look
Does
for
she-
them out of a window?
Yeah,
Or
but
beanstalk?
I need to know specifically. Does she say that they're at Bloody Beak, or does she just say that Ego said he's going to come and he needs the unicorn horn?
I mean, she just told you in the first message that they're at the aviary. So
She
I
did
don't.
say that we're in the aviary on the
Okay, yeah. Then he's going to say, "Do you have a way to speak with Bloody Beak to keep it from attacking you?"
That's my turn. I mean,
Yeah.
unless I spend more more sorcery points to do another message, which I don't really want to waste at this point. So she doesn't reply. She's relayed the message. Ego is coming for the horn. Come get him.
Yeah. Okay.
That's my
So
turn.
yeah, you would hear basically either look out a window or go to the beanstalk and like look out. Ego is coming.
And I'm gonna back up into this corner.
Saoirse,
Nothing.
you are unconscious. There's probably some stuff happening. You're probably having another one of those like dreams where you're in spring and you begin to see like all the color leach out of everything and just like turn white, and like you can't, like you're seeing all of it happen and like you can't move your body.
Cool.
And like you begin to see like wind and like snowflakes that like blow in. But yeah, you're unconscious. Next up is the Jabberwock. And the Jabberwock gosh. What is he gonna do? Gonna bring Saoirse over there. How is he gonna handle this? Yeah, he can't.
Banged on his favorite cauldron.
So he's gonna move 30 feet over here and get out of here. He cranes his neck like in this opening here, and he can just see you, Aurum. And he is going to shoot his fiery gaze at you. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh no.
That's a 15.
Use some resources. We have so many.
I think I'm gonna use a D12.
Okay.
Go for it.
Please. Please D12.
What if it's a 1?
Please D12.
No.
So, it was a 15 plus 5 for a dirty 20.
Okay. That
Not bad.
succeeds.
Cool.
You're only going to take half damage.
Okay.
10, 15. Not a great roll. 24, 28. You take 28 halved to 14 points of fire damage.
Let's quarter it with absorbed elements.
Okay, so then you'll only take 7 points. And you can absorb the other 7, and it's fire damage, if
Hot,
that
hot,
matters.
hot, hot.
There, I think it's so. What does it look like when Aurum like absorbs elements? Because that's kind of in like the line of his like eating stuff. Or do you like just
do you
eat
swallow
the
it?
fire beam?
Well, in the past, it's just been like a ripple of water across his body, kind of.
Okay.
So like the fire would just like ripple, but I think
Yeah.
it would ripple all around his body and then centralize on his stomach.
Yeah,
Oh my god. Yeah.
yeah. So your fur's like a little bit singed, but you feel this like growing heat in your belly. And with that, Mr. Jabberwock is done. It is your turn, Aurum.
Okay. I'm gonna try to throw a dagger at him
Okay.
Oh my god!
because I have daggers on me.
So he's 50 feet away. So I think he's technically like, I think that's in the far range.
Yes. So it's disadvantage, correct?
Yeah,
Perfect.
but you can huck a dagger at him.
You really out here just like antagonizing this thing.
Oof. Bad rolls for that dagger, but we're trying. 3 plus 8 is 11.
To hit?
Mhm.
That will miss.
Mm.
So
This is
it goes wide and like clatters on the marble floor in this room. You know, it probably like hits one of these goblin servants, but they're
Oh my
frozen
God.
in time, so it bounces off of them like they're made out of stone and just like clatters onto the ground.
Well, unfortunately, I don't have a second dagger, so I'm just gonna. You know what? I'll just let out a roar for fun.
Okay.
Bonus action roar.
Yeah, and he's
To
within
be
60
loud?
feet, so is it 60 feet for the fear?
No, it's 10.
10, okay.
But it's loud.
Yeah, so you can very loudly roar, and this guy
Somewhere in here, the League of Malevolence is like,
What's going on?
what is happening?
What's all the noise?
Who's
Yeah.
making this racket?
My secondary question is: does
Yeah.
this door open?
This is a lion crest door, so yes, it does.
Wonderful. I'm going in the door with my movement and up the stairs.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god, we're splitting the party and splitting the
Okay.
floors.
So we're gonna take an Aurum.
I think just the idea of a snaky creature chasing me up the stairs is
Yeah.
really fun to me. So
That is
Can I
really
just
fun.
put-
Oh, this looks wonderful in my head, but this is
Yeah.
actually so incredibly bad.
You're gonna run into the league.
yeah, you
You're-
know.
well,
That's
you're
fine.
right.
League and Jabberwock.
Lead him to
Yeah.
the Jabberwock. Yeah, let them figure out.
Do I even
Yeah.
have a token for you? Yes, somewhere. I think I have to. I think you're somewhere else. Let me grab you. Dun 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 dun.
I'm on the
dun,
Beanstalk Tower upper floor.
Yeah, I gotta. Hold on, I gotta. Okay.
I was being so good about keeping my spell slots. They're just all gonna evaporate.
Yep.
Oh, well, I'm getting the monster away from you guys. That's what matters.
Okay.
for
Can
now.
you see yourself here?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming it probably took all my movement to get up there.
I don't know if I
Yeah.
can see you on this.
I mean,
map.
there's like the ceilings are all 30 feet high, so it takes 30 feet to like get up to another floor with
Okay.
stairs. So,
So I would like just barely be at the top.
yeah. So yeah, when you get to the top, you can see there's a door to the south, and then this little tower opens up to a hallway on the east, and you can see that there is a lion crest door on like the opposite wall. But that is all of your movement. Anything else you want to do?
I'm just gonna sit and listen in the stairwell to see if he's coming.
Alrighty. Dawn. Now I gotta hop between layers on the roll 20. Is there anything that you would like to do, Dawn? You're holding Saoirse.
Oh my god. Alright, he told me to come meet him back at the window.
Yeah.
A window.
He dashing.
Are you gonna put Saoirse down like in the kitchen here?
Yeah.
You can could tuck her into
Yeah.
the beanstalk room if you wanted. Like, you could
Yeah, I'll
just
tuck
kinda
her
use
into the beanstalk room. And by tucker, I mean he rolls her on the floor because he's
That's
like,
fair.
it's not going after her right now, and it's fairly far away. But I got somewhere to be, and I gotta be there fast. And I'm going to action dash, so 35 feet here. 35 plus 35 is
70.
70. Gets me there. I cannot get any farther.
Okay. There is like a double door here that you can see because it probably is like mostly glass. It leads out onto an outdoor balcony.
Oh,
So if you
you're
want to
right.
you would have enough movement to get to those doors. Like if you were moving with like 70 feet, you can basically like get to them.
Yeah. I've been here, then I would have gone to the double doors.
Yeah.
25, 30, 35. And then I would have stopped there.
Yeah. So you are on the little bathed in twilight, this marble terrace offers a stunning view of the mountains, forests, swamps, and shimmering horizons of Prismere if you weren't actively trying to survive the Jabberwock. Spaced about the balcony are tables draped in white tablecloths with chairs set around each one.
Love the ad. We'll definitely vacation here.
Raid Shadow
Yeah.
Scenic
yeah.
views and wonderful meals await you at the Castle of Heart's Desire. Book your
no.
trip today.
Oh no.
Anything else
like
for
it's
Dawn?
destruction in the background.
I think is that all that was your
Yeah,
movement
that's-
and your action.
Yeah, I can't get any farther.
Alright, Ego, you're up, Clover, you're on deck.
Alright. I position my broom underneath me. I want you to know, we're way up high. I just threw open these big doors. I'm wearing a
You're
cloak
having
of
your wicked
blowing.
moment.
I'm
Yeah.
having
Yeah.
a wicked My
You're
hair
having
is
a wicked
flowing
You're
moment.
like
behind me.
flowing, your ISO cross or your Elder Cross is just like out. Like,
Yeah. So we position underneath, and then I mutter my rhyme to get my broom to go as I cast Fly on myself. My action, so that is a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
I get a 60-foot fly speed, so we fly out the door.
Yeah.
Do I immediately see Dawn bursting onto the balcony?
Yeah. You were intending to go south towards those other rooms. Don is like literally right there. He's probably like the first thing that you lay your eyes on.
50 feet gets me to the edge here.
Okay.
Ego will say, the Jabberwock is after Aurum. We need to do a flying. We need to swap who's flying this thing.
All right. Saoirse's unconscious. Again.
Did the Jabberwock get her?
No. She tried to do another... She tried to break the rules again, and it didn't work again.
Oh no!
No. Okay, to be fair, it has always worked before. It's just it also knocked her out.
Also, yeah, it worked. It also knocked you out. This time it just
I
knocked
do not think by Don's metric he thinks getting knocked out, even if something happens, is it working. I mean,
That's fair. Don's
Yeah.
like, did it succeed?
Glass
or not?
empty.
Like, are
Half
you
empty,
awake?
half full.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is all I can do. Minus, I suppose. It's no, yeah, because basically Dawn will need to stand on the on the rampart because I need to. We kind of need to
move.
60.
Okay.
That is the full fly. So you can get back in. You might be able to get back in. We kind of need to like hug. And this isn't just me saying that for character reasons. We kind of need to hug so that I can next turn cast fly again, which will end it on me, start it on you, so that you can be holding me to fly us back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, it's
Okay.
like the only one bed trope except it's
Oh my god, there's only one spell.
There's only
one spell.
Because I could upcast it to 4 and then we're both flying, but I want that 4 in case I need to try and polymorph the Jabberwock again.
We're actually gonna probably need to take a long rest after this.
Yeah, we just don't have Saoirse, so it's rough out here in these streets. But that is my turn.
Okay.
I should have tossed something to Clover before I do. I'll do it to her when I come back. We'll see what she's doing.
And with that, we're gonna see what she's doing. Clover, what are you doing? The doors are open. Ego has their wicked moment.
It was gorgeous.
Leaps out and flies away on their broom. You're tucked into this corner here. What would you like to do?
I guess is it a bonus action to take a healing potion?
Yeah, for yourself, it's a bonus action. To give it to someone else, it's an action.
Okay, then I will take one for now. I'm looking a little rough.
Okay.
Okay. So
Nice.
It's a little better.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't think there's much else I can do. Just thinking of actions. What actions?
I mean, you have the message cantrip if you want to try to communicate with anybody.
Yeah, I will attempt to message Aurum.
Okay, yeah, I mean, the last you saw Aurum was, like, headed towards the
Towards
cauldron.
that, yeah, so I'm gonna go in that.
Like, I mean, I'm not gonna make you choose a specific line. It's in that general, like, diagonal bottom left direction. You can message him. He
Okay.
hasn't gone so far out of the way that you won't hit him.
Okay. Are you okay? In the atrium, waiting for Unicorn Horn to unleash Bloody Beak? Backup is coming?
I'm okay. Went upstairs. Got hit by fire again.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay. And
Okay.
with that, we'll pop over to Saoirse. So you are, like, in spring. You are, like, frozen in your body, watching as this, like, you're in early spring. I think you would be able to tell based on, like, the flowers that are around, because you're seeing, like, crocuses, snowdrops. A lot of the trees here have, like, buds, but they're actually, like, not even, like, leaves or flowering yet. I think it's like plum trees flower super early when it's still cold, so there might be, like, some plum trees that are flowering, but it's basically just, like, everything around you, like, you're watching as radiating out from you, all the color is just drained from everything here in spring, and you can't really, like, move, but you begin to feel that cold breeze, and you begin to see snowflakes that are blowing in, and the breeze gets stronger until it's like a gale force that you think would knock you over, except for the fact that you're just, like, frozen in place where you're standing. And you hear, before you see him, in the distance, the voice of the Prince of Frost, this gentleman that you had been summoning. And you kind of hear him shout, and it's, like, carried on the breeze, so it's very faint. He's like, "You fool girl! Why would you give your power to another Archfey?"
It's trying to start. I can't even talk.
You can talk.
Oh, okay.
It's, like, hard. It takes effort. You're, like, almost slurring, but yeah, you can talk.
Are you serious right now? I can't move! And everything is going badly! And you're trying to start a fight!
Oh,
Because you gave your power to me and it nearly killed you.
All of it. I was just trying to give some of it so you can do something, but clearly that didn't work.
Conveniently for you, you gave me spring, went unconscious, and returned to spring. Fairly close to where it borders winter. I might be able to help, but don't do that! At the very least, don't give your magic to another Archfey! Do you want to just give up your entire domain? Why would you do that? And he's
He's
very
so
angry.
insulted.
He likes
offended.
you.
He still likes you.
He's showing
He wants
so
to
much
have-
emotion right
Oh
now.
wants
my
you so bad.
god! This what
He's
chapter are we on?
he's like, we're destined to fall in love, but can you like not frustrate me?
This is like the angry
You're
kiss
fine,
moment. You know what I mean?
That's all he is.
So wait,
Yeah, what if you guys kissed right now? Oh my god.
Saoirse say
Oh my
anything
gosh,
back?
what if you've like fallen asleep and then he kisses you and you wake up?
Oh,
I forgot what I said. What did he say?
He basically was like, luckily for you, like you're at the edge of spring,
Oh, it was not
and you
die.
gave me like all of
What
the
do you
power.
want me to do?
Don't make rash choices. Oh,
It's not
spring
like
is
I'm supposed to give
unbearable.
you my
Oh
power.
my
Oh,
god!
no.
They're talking over each other. It's marriage story.
I have the unfortunate.
Are you just here to yell at me, or do you have a purpose? Can we just skip the yelling part?
Unfortunately, you have given me nearly all of your power, which means that I am now 1 foot in spring and 1 foot in winter.
So you're useless, is what you're telling me.
No, in fact, this is the only situation in which I could do anything for you, and it's not like anyone else could do anything for you but me. So don't worry, princess, I will come and save the day for you again.
No. Okay. You know what? Just give it back. Just give it back.
I'm trying. And
I don't need you. Just give it back. You're clearly this was a bit
Patience.
than I even realized it was.
Have you
Because
ever
you're-
heard of patience? I think
No.
you need to have a little bit of it right
No.
now. I'm actively crossing over the border of my own domain into a domain that is not mine, which is trespassing.
But it's so much better than yours.
I beg to differ. And you can
Beg
feel
all
that
you
this-
want. It's not going to change anything.
The wind gets stronger and stronger, and it's like blowing all around you. Like you can feel your clothes are like whipping and thrashing against your skin, and like this cold snow begins to like pile up on you. And like the snow almost like turns into like ice shards that you can feel are like kind of like scraping against like your skin, and you're like unable to move, barely able to speak, and the trees around you like very quickly like begin to just crystallize. Like all of their branches become completely encased in ice. The ground around you, like the little snowdrops and flowers, are like fully engulfed in snow that begins to like bank around you.
That's gorgeous.
And you would see like in the distance through these like tall like all the tree trunks that are normally brown are now like encased in this like sparkling crystalline ice, and it almost makes all of the trees look like they're made out of like diamonds or like gemstones, and the like pale watery like morning light of spring, especially in early spring, is like faintly reflecting off of everything. And in this like moment of like pure like you're like Saoirse's like fucking pissed. Saoirse's like that went wrong. This man needs to shut up and leave me alone. Like I need to deal with my shit. There is a moment I think where like cause Saoirse just like is, of all the people to appreciate the beauty of spring, it's Saoirse, and in this moment like there is an appreciation for like the beauty here, because you can see that like an aurora is like very faintly forming in the sky, and like this light like is fading, like the light of spring is fading and like night is coming in, but like as the light is still there hitting the trees, like they begin to just like sparkle, and all of the snow that has banked around you sparkles like it's just like millions and millions of like diamonds. And you can see in the distance the form of the Prince of Frost, Jesus. And he is actually, he's like riding in on like a giant elk that has like pure white fur and like white antlers that have like little like holly leaves in them. What's mean? I don't know. The chat is crazy right now in Discord. So he is like riding towards you, and when he gets within 30 feet of you,
stop turning spring into winter. Like, because there is definitely a moment of her going, "Oh, pretty," and then he's like, "Wait a second."
Yeah, and so like as he like approaches and at like rapid speed, like this part of spring fully becomes winter. It is nighttime. There's an aurora borealis in the sky. All of the flowers are covered in snow. The trees are encased in ice, and there's a cold wind that's just like cutting through you. And he will hop off of his elk, and he begins to walk towards you. The next thing for that will happen. We'll see what happens next, basically. Because that's all we got for that one. The Jabberwock is gonna dash. And it comes over to the... You didn't prop that door open, did you? So that door is locked, and the Jabberwock can't pass through it. So you hear like weird, like multi-layered, like burbling roaring, and it like scratches on the door for the audience. It like is scratching on the door, but its like claw like lands on the little lion crest that's above the door, and it's like long serpentine head like snakes up there. And it's like bulbous moon-like eyes take in the lion crest, and it like shakes its body and turns, and we're gonna do that same order: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're gonna see what he's gonna do. Okay. He's gonna... Yeah. You know what, I haven't been using his legendary actions, so at the end of his turn, I'm gonna use a legendary action, and I'm gonna let this man, like, move a little bit, you know? Like, he just wants freedom. So he's gonna move another 30 feet. 30... right there. Well, that's 35, but...
Ooh.
He's gonna come...
Ooh. Somehow
over.
Aurum came out of this the best.
So yeah, he is moving there. Next up, Aurum. You would hear that, like, down below that there's, like, thumping and scratching against the lion lock door, and then it stops.
Okay. Alright. I'm gonna go back down the stairs.
Okay.
Take a little peek out the door.
Yeah, you peek out the door and you can see that, like, the Jabberwock is, like, slithering away and looks like he's, like, kind of heading towards the opposite end, like, somewhere. He looks like he's gonna probably try to come over here. But as you open the door, his head whips around and, like, immediately is looking at you, and begins to turn around.
I'm gonna close the door.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit on this side of the door, because somehow this door stopped them. I'm gonna drink a potion from my backpack.
Sure. You may do so. Anything else you want to do?
Can I, like, action potion, bonus action potion?
Sure.
Asking for a friend.
You can double fist. I'll let you double fist if you want to
Cool.
use everything.
Yeah, I definitely need a little bit of health. But that'll be my turn, just using the two potions. So.
Okay. Dawn.
All right.
You're on the balcony. Ego is there.
Yup. I'm gonna run to the balcony. And I'm gonna jump off the balcony and I'm gonna try to grab this guy while I go.
Okay, give me just like a general athletics or acrobatics check.
I'm so good at this. I got an 18.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you can leap off and like grab onto Ego. Ego, give me a strength check.
You can do this.
-1.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so because the fly spell is cast on you, like you're not gonna like fall off your broom. I'm not gonna do that to you. But like Dawn like hits you, and you are like probably not even 100 pounds soaking wet. And this man is like, you know, like 6-something foot tall, beefy, muscular, also in full plate armor and carrying a bunch of stuff. So like probably a solid 250, if not more, pounds just like leaps at you, and like jumping is Dawn's thing too, so he really is like boing and just like right at you. So he grabs onto you and you're like, you kind of get like knocked and you guys go like tumbling, so you guys are gonna get like kind of tumble like you kind of lose control of the broom a little bit and fly like out more away from the balcony. Okay. You don't lose because you cast fly on yourself. I'm not going to do that to you, but you are like now further away from the castle, and Dawn is basically like dangling from you because you have no strength to hold on to him. You're like fighting for your life. You're holding the broom and like fighting for your life.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything else for Dawn?
Since I didn't use, I'm going to hold my action to dash.
Okay, Jamie, what am I looking at right now? What is this? What is this? What is this picture?
D4. My D4 has like flat sides.
Yeah, and it
And
landed
so
on one of those thin flat edges.
Yeah.
You know what? Take a 4. Roll. You can roll max on that.
Okay.
Because that's cool.
What are the odds?
Okay, so then yes, Dawn, you can hold an action for when Ego casts the spell on you. And with that, it is Ego's turn.
All right. I'm gonna ride that -1, and we're gonna say that I let go of the broom to hug Dawn.
Mm-hmm.
So the broom just starts falling down into the sky. As I get my arms around Dawn, I'm going to will my magic into him and recast fly with my last 3rd level spell slot. So instead, now that there's no magic broom, shadowy black raven's wings sprout out of the back of Dawn's armor.
Hell yeah. That's amazing. I actually love that. Yeah, so like he jumps at you, you guys go tumbling through the sky, like you lose hold of your broom. There's a moment where you guys are like, you feel it's like at the top of a roller coaster, like you begin to feel your insides like being pulled from gravity before your body even is. Like you have that heart sinking moment of just adrenaline hitting you, and with everything that's in you, you just like will this magic into Dawn, and Dawn, you kind of feel your shoulder blades like itch a little bit, and then all of a sudden like you are flying, and you hear like this heavy like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh of giant black raven's wings that are like flapping behind you, and as like the little feathers like drift out, they like turn into like big yellow dandelion petals and then just like fade out of existence.
Yeah.
Ego does not see what has happened because Ego is pressed koala. I am koala'd against you, and my eyes are my eyes are forced shut.
And the worst part is that like Ego's grip is slipping, and the only reason that you haven't fallen is because Dawn has like a grip on you. Like you're like actively, you're like a koala that's like, oh god, I'm falling.
Yeah, then Don is going to try to make this very quick. I'm going to use my reaction to do my dash.
Yeah.
So he just swoops around and lands here.
Yeah. And you can take Ego with you.
Yes.
And so you can land in the aviary there, and you see the gargantuan, time-frozen form of Bloody Beak, giant barn owl.
One more.
All
turn.
right. Yep, that's all I can do.
And Clover, you would see your friends reappear. Don has massive black wings, and he flies into the room.
Hell yeah. Oh my goodness. I guess I'll relay Aurum's message to the two of them as they land, so they know what Aurum's up to.
Yeah, so you can tell them that like Aurum is trying to kite the dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, he's trying to kite the dragon to the upper floor. But it sounds like he got hurt. He got hit with fire again.
I have something, because Bloody Beak's gonna go out this way probably. I have something for us to get out that way, and I point at the bars of the enclosure. I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
That's good. Should I? What should I tell Aurum or Saoirse? Where's Saoirse?
Saoirse's napping.
Oh no! Is it her curse? Did it activate?
Oh.
I
I'm
wish
so glad
it-
it was Clover you said that too, because Clover is nice about it and is not like she just went and napped. Like she just she just left and like
Her first thought is your curse. Oh, your curse!
You go. Is it her curse? Don goes. I wish it was.
Oh my god!
So
It would have been. It would have been more understandable.
Oh my god.
But no, she tried to do something weird with her magic, and it backfired. Again.
Okay, I will, because I have nothing else I can do. I will send Aurum. Like, I'm gonna be the walkie-talkie. I'm gonna keep everybody on each side updated.
Probably a good idea.
I will give Aurum the update of what we just heard in condensed form. Saoirse's
That's
unconscious. We're
Have the unicorn horn.
unicorn pending to wake up Bloody Beak. We're figuring it out. Are you okay?
Probably also like get the Jabberwock outside.
Oh yeah. Probably get the Jabberwock
Bloody
outside.
The Jabberwock could barely fit through like a 10-foot wide hallway. Bloody Beak is not fitting through a hallway. And the entrance
Yeah,
Right.
from
right
outside, yeah.
Okay.
She's big.
Should we would the pool room work?
The pool room does have a big opening that the Jabberwock punched through.
Or we like get it onto the east side of the building? I'll leave it up to Aurum. Get the
But yeah,
get
basically.
the Jabberwock outside. However you can. Outside. Outside is good.
I feel good. I drank 2 potions.
He drank 2 potions. He's
Your
looking.
tummy's rumbling.
Oh no. Were they healing potions?
across
Like were
the
they
room.
proper? Oh no.
So what would happen if I drive by ate a fairy?
Oh my god.
What?
You just stop. Okay, so
Aurum,
Seeing.
you can't just eat
okay,
a fairy.
so I need you to roll me. If you want to do that, you can. You
No,
need to
I
roll me a
don't.
D100 because. So I'm gonna basically treat this the way because the book is like, yeah, there's these dragonflies that
You're
aren't
joking.
frozen in time that were eating the fireflies, but then it also says elsewhere that if something's time frozen, it can't be like interacted with in any way. So there's a little bit of a contradictory magic here, and we're gonna have it be Schrodinger's edible fairy. There's a chance that the fairy is edible.
my
If you would like to do that, you can roll a d100, and if you meet or surpass a threshold, you can eat the fairy. If you don't, it is like unable to be moved in the air.
I'm all right. I think I'll
Saoirse
let
and
the fairy
Aurum
live.
are everyone's intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
It's like, what if, oh, that pixie's really cute. What if I just like
Put it in my
Because
mouth.
if I eat the pixie and then I get like polymorph,
That would be useful.
That would be useful.
There's a chance that it will work.
Wishful thinking in the Feywild makes them tangible as like the wishing stones. So sorry, I'm not helping.
This has already gone tits up in a really, really bad way.
Don't do it.
I'm
Don't
like
do it.
less whimsy, little less whimsy right now.
No, it's not even my turn. I just intrusive thoughts.
Yeah. So ruinate on that. You can let your intrusive thoughts win if you would like. So Saoirse, the Winter Prince begins very quickly walking up to you, and as he's approaching, you can see that he is himself, but the ends of his hair have turned kind of a rose gold, pinky gold color, and there's some little flowers in his hair that you're like, hey, those are mine. You're like, why do you have like plum and cherry blossom and magnolia blossom petals falling out of your hair? Yeah, and there's and he's also kind of dripping some ice a little bit. It's melting off of him. And he is going to approach you. And I think he's going to say,
You're turning spring into winter.
Princess, you have no one to blame for that but yourself. I would ask that you remain still, but it looks like I already have a captive audience with you here. Now, this will hurt, and I'm not really inclined to make it less painful for you, darling.
No!
And he reaches his hand, his hand, pierces through your chest.
I want to slap him so bad.
And he, grabs your heart.
Oh my god.
And you, feel this, weird, bodily, jolt. And he, concentrates, and, you'd see this, faint green and pink glow that forms around him. That it looks very much like your magic, or the magic of spring in general, and it begins to flow and drain out of his body and down his arm and into his hand and then into your heart, and you would see a cold reddish purple trickle of blood will come out, kind of comes out of his nose as he's doing this, but all of this magic drains out of his body, and then you begin to see some of the cold magic of winter is carried along with it. You feel this freezing jolt in your body. It's the kind of cold that slaps you awake, as if somebody had dumped a bucket of water, ice water, on you while you were sleeping, and you can move your body again.
I slap him.
You slap him.
Slap him.
You're welcome.
Didn't you just say not to give any other archfey your power?
I was only giving back what you gave.
No, there was winter magic too. I saw it.
I don't even know how many times I've had to say this, but winter and spring border each other. They overlap. It's impossible to entirely stop an exchange of magic between the two of us. Trust me, if I could have prevented a single drop of my own power from going into you, I would have. However, I have far more control over my power than you have over yours, so it was only a little bit.
That's because I haven't come into my full power yet, so I have to do the whole curse thing first.
And if you keep acting like this, you won't ever come into your power because you'll be dead.
Will, actually. No, I won't. I will be perfectly fine. Thank you very much. I just have to find my true love and fix this curse, and everything will be fine. I can go home.
Well, I hope for your sake that you're successful. My mother's curses are difficult to break.
Well, yes, but I'm almost there. I just have to talk to Zybilna and find out who I'm looking for, or at least how to find them, and then I do that, and we're done.
I think you have a Jabberwock to defeat before you do that, Princess.
Well, yeah, too bad you can't help with that.
Who said I couldn't?
You did!
I can send you back, and you are perfectly capable of dealing with it on your own. Well, with your friends. Again,
we can't do anything. You can't kill it.
Again, you're welcome.
It's
and he
unkillable.
flicks you on the forehead. and like you feel your body like fall
Can I just
backwards.
try and shove him as I'm
Yeah, you absolutely can.
shove him away from
Like
me
he
as
flicks
I'm
you,
going
you
down?
shove him.
Yeah.
You fall into the grass. We will. We're gonna get back to some stuff there. In a bit. The Jabberwocky is gonna keep moving. Yeah, he's coming over here. Well, okay. Does Aurum still have the door closed?
Yes.
Okay.
He,
So yeah,
he
the
peeked
Jabberwock.
out. The Jabberwock turned around, and then he just closed the.
Yeah. So for the audience, the Jabberwock turns and is about to like go after Aurum. The door closes and it turns and like just as quickly continues heading on its path. And that's its turn. And you know what? I'm gonna have it do another legendary action to get a little bit further. Not right there. 30 feet. Okay. Aurum, it's your turn.
Can you put me on the first floor again?
Yes.
Whee!
You need to come back. Oh. No, this. No. Now, if I put all of you over here, select all. Select all. Come on. Bro. Regroup all. Back onto the lower floor.
Yay!
Okay. Sorry, that took me a second. You're here.
All right, I'm gonna come out the door.
Okay. The Jabberwock is not in this room.
All right, I'm just gonna dash. So I was right here. 5,
Yeah.
10, 60, 60, 70. So I'll come all the way over here.
Okay.
And that's my turn. That's my movement.
Alrighty. Dawn.
All right. I have to. Is touching the unicorn horn to someone an action, or is it an object interaction?
Let me check. I think it's an action.
Oh, so you might need to set up your.
One can use an action to end the time-freezing magic on a creature by touching it with a unicorn horn while speaking the creature's true name.
All right, then now that we're here, I'll use an object interaction to hand the unicorn horn back to Ego, and I will use my action. Oh, fuck! I don't know if I have the time to do this. It has a casting time of casting time. Okay, casting time of 1 action. I use my action to cast Speak with Animals on myself.
Okay. You may do that.
Yeah, so the energy comes out from like his mouth as he casts the spell on himself, and you can hear like the sounds of animals overlaid when he speaks, and he says, "Okay."
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you are prepared, and with that, we will get to Ego. Ego, you have a unicorn horn in your hand.
All right. Bloody Beak is really big, and I don't want it to see me first. I want it to see Dawn first. So we're just gonna move myself to the other side of Bloody Beak.
Okay.
And we're just gonna. I'll take the unicorn horn, and I will, kind of just press it against the back of Bloody Beak's foot, and I'll say your true name, is Bloody Beak, and you need to not be frozen anymore because you need to find a Jabberwock.
Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so you say Bloody Beak, tap it with the unicorn horn, and immediately its wings like stretch further out as if it was like mid-stretch while it got frozen. So it stretches its wings, which like it can't really do in this room because of how big they are, but it does its best. And then immediately like locks in on the movement happening around it as its head like does a very quick like swivel all around, takes sight of Dawn first, and then sees Clover. Because Clover is like over by the bars, like tucked away. Does not see Ego in the immediate sense because you're like directly behind him, behind her. So, yeah, she.
I will try to immediately talk to grab its attention.
Okay. So you can. What do you want to say to it? Are you just like trying to be like, hey, look over here?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll an animal handling check.
Oh,
You would have. We'll give you advantage because you're speaking her language.
Animal handling. I'm not good at it.
You do have chat
6.
rewards too, if you want to use chat rewards.
I'll use a reroll for that because I just rolled a 6.
Derek did you see that Derek gave me 3 more GM rerolls?
Jesus Christ, Derek! I'm gonna come downstairs and beat your butt.
Go beat him up.
I'm gonna go beat you up.
Beat him up.
Yeah. So, if we have a reroll, let me.
Yeah, if you want to use a reroll, and you can use, like, if you want to also use one of the inspirations with the reroll, like add a d12 to it too, you can do that. Like, there's no reason for me to gatekeep if you guys want to use your stuff.
I still have a heroic inspiration left, so I'll just.
You do, yeah.
That was even worse, so I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Do it.
That's the last thing I'm gonna try to use, but he's not wisdomous. He's not good at handling animals.
You can also add, like, one of the bardic inspirations to it too. That's, like, separate.
Yeah, I will. I'll add a d6, I guess.
You have also d8s, d10s, and d12s.
Oh, I'll add a d12.
Yeah, you have.
Add a d12.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah. 14.
Okay. So you're like, hey, look over here. And you definitely get Bloody Beak's attention. And she looks down on you and says, it has been some time since I've been able to partake of man flesh.
Oh no.
Hello, shiny one. And she begins to, like, lift up a talon towards you. I need to roll an initiative for her now. She's out. Not great.
He's going to respond. Why eat me when there's a Jabberwock afoot?
Okay, so let's hold that one for when we're on your turn because you go before Bloody Beak does, and like technically since it's not your turn, like just being able to be like, hey, look over here is what you'll get, so you can start the like, why would you eat me when there's a giant lizard? So we will get to that. For Ego, you awoke Bloody Beak. You're hiding behind her. Anything else you want to do?
I'm going to. I mean, she's probably gonna just be doing more messages, but if she wants to give us a way out of here, I will just show Clover in my bag that I have 1 bag of Dust of Corrosion.
Oh. Okay.
For the bars.
Yeah.
Nice. And it's Clover's turn.
All right. I can get to you. I'm not trying to be sneaky, but I'm just trying to be gentle, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not trying to do sudden movements to spook her, but I'm not trying to, like, sneak up on her, if that makes sense. Like, I want her to be able to look at me as I'm moving.
Okay. Roll an animal handling check.
Okay. Uh, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16, but I'm gonna use my bardic thingy.
Go for it.
Where's my d6? So it's dirty 20.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you used that, because that got you over the DC for not making Bloody Beak attack you.
Oh!
So
the animal
as
over
you-
me!
Yeah, like you begin like moving over towards Ego, and like you can see that Bloody Beak looks like she might be about to like try to grab Aurum, but like she sees you moving out of the corner of her eye and her head instantly whips around and like she's about to like open her beak and like try to bite you, and you're able to be like, it's okay,
It's okay, it's okay.
it's okay, I'm not tasty. Like,
I'm not tasty!
and you are able to like be soothing and like non-threatening enough that she turns her attentions back to Dawn. So you are able to move in the space for a little while. So you can get over to Ego and you can take the dust if you would like.
Yeah, I'll take the dust. Is it an action to use it?
I believe so.
How do I use it? I don't...
As an action, you can throw this dust into the air, filling a 10-foot cube that extends out from you. Surfaces and objects made of non-magical ferrous metal in the area instantly corrode and turn to dust, becoming useless and unsalvageable.
Okay, I'll do
So
it
this,
like
like-
on this side.
You could, the segment of bar that's like directly in front of you, you guys could get if you wanted, because that's 10 feet. Each square is 10. I mean, it doesn't matter. You can open up a hole in the bars.
Yeah, wherever. Whatever's easiest. She will be strategic about it.
Probably, I'm gonna just have you do that one right there.
Okay.
So yeah, the bars instantly like flake with like orange rust, and then instantly just like corrode around you. And there's a 10-foot opening that you guys can run through. Bloody Beak definitely can't fit through it. She's like massive.
I'm gonna...
So, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna risk it
Okay.
and step the 5 feet, my last 5 feet over.
Okay. Yeah. And you are totally fine to do that. Bloody Beak's not focused on you right now.
Okay.
Uh,
Then that is my turn, and I will, I guess, update Aurum next turn. 'Cause I don't know
Okay.
what's gonna happen.
Okay. Saoirse. So technically you would be out and unconscious for an entire day. But I think what happens, because you get like your magic back and then like a little bit of something extra, you come to consciousness by the beanstalk. And you can see that like all on this like stalk that you would kind of like somehow gotten semi underneath, there is like hoarfrost on it and on the floor all around you. And when your eyes like open up and you like feel your chest rise and fall, like you exhale and there's this like cloud of like icy cold breath that comes out of you. And like you're still you, but this is like a different kind of winter, Saoirse. This is like a very like, this is not fearful winter. This is like the clarity of winter. Like no other season has this kind of clarity, but because you're normally not of winter and you don't have that like true winter magic in you, like the way that you turn to winter is like a lot of times a manifestation of like your fear or your sadness. This is like the kind of clarity of like when you look out on like a field of snow and it's just like a cool night and you can see for miles and miles and miles. And in this sense, like you are laser focused on one thing that you want to do right now. So you can decide whatever that is, whether that's like go get my friends.
I want to go punch the winter. No, I'm just kidding.
Summon the Frost Prince and beat the shit out of him. Go kill the Jabberwock. But you are like not of yourself right now. There's like you're you and a little something extra that is like keeping you awake right now, and you don't know how long you have until that like peters out.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my
So
god.
we're warrior princess Saoirse. Yeah, so she's going to go find the Jabberwock because that's the problem that she was trying to solve to begin with.
Yeah.
She doesn't know what she's gonna do when she finds it, but she's gonna go find it and do something about it.
So you basically have like a hunter's mark on the Jabberwock because that's your one thing that you want to do. If your one thing was like, I want to go find my friends, you would basically get a free hunter's mark on them. So
That's
Sorry,
so
that's
cute.
really funny.
That's
you
really
can like
cute.
find them
And attack them.
Mm.
Yeah, so you know exactly where the Jabberwock is.
Yeah, I'm just moving that direction as directly as possible.
You get some stuff right now.
I will, depending on what the stuff is, I will, like I said, as quickly and directly as possible, I'm moving towards the Jabberwock. I do have my face step still that I can use as well to give me more
Nice.
movement.
Nice.
And Saoirse currently doesn't care about the lightning room, so she will cross that if she has to.
Yeah, I just DM'd you. If you have you have like racial abilities, you can access those. Your spells are not available to you right now. You have these that I sent you and whatever your racials are.
Okay. What about my totems and stuff, like my class abilities, or is it just
You
the
can-
spells?
You can do your totems, like you can do your class abilities, your totems, and your like any like racial abilities or feats, but your like spells are not. They're basically replaced with these
Okay.
that I sent you.
Yeah, gotcha. Just double checking
Yeah,
before
no,
I
that's a
start
good
doing-
clarification question.
Yeah, because she's still a druid. She's just a winter druid right now.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so let's see. She knows exactly where he is. Let me zoom
In the
out
pool
here.
room.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
far
so
from that.
from where you are, the most direct.
Is this a wall here, or are these like parapets that she can see?
That's a
between?
wall. There is a door just south that goes into like the storm room. I think it's
Yeah.
coming 10.
Well, let me double check something. I have to be able to see it. Yeah. So, okay. We're gonna, yeah, whatever the most direct route is. So I know about this, right?
The balcony down there, yeah.
Yeah. So maybe it would be like go here
Mm-hmm.
and then Misty step, because I can step through, well, whatever I can see. So I could step into this area. Like here?
You could.
Or can I not see here? Because
you
there
can't-
is
you can't
walls,
see up
but I'm
there.
not sure if I'm above, because the map is wonky. So it's like I don't know if I'm above this or if it's like a direct line of sight situation.
I think as far as like Misty stepping goes, if you're wanting to get to the most direct route, unless you, yeah, I think it's gonna be going up through this hallway, because there's no way for you to Misty step and get like over to like the stairs you would need to get to that would lead you up to the pool, the bathing room. So I think your best bet is to go
Okay, so I've got 30 feet of movement, so I can only get up to here. Or not even. I can only get up to here.
You can also bonus action. Yeah, you can dash and get.
And then there's not even a point in doing face step at that point because I can't make that much more progress. So
Well, face step gives you 30 feet, right?
yeah.
You could face step to the door, and then take a movement and a dash action to get basically to the end of the hallway. If you wanted.
Yeah. I mean that's what she's focused on right now, so I guess that makes sense. We'll do that. And we're in winter. What does face step do in winter? Just can't remember.
Like ice damage?
No, if there's a creature near me, I can force them to make a wisdom saving throw. But
Oh yeah, yeah.
that is not the case. So okay. And do I know? 'Cause I don't remember. I know we know, but how do they know that this will go through here?
Your friends?
Do I know? Does Saoirse know? Iris know. I don't remember if Saoirse.
I think like single-minded focus Saoirse just like supernaturally knows that like you need to go through here to get to the Jabberwock. Like your normal Saoirse would have been like, oh god, was I paying attention to this? But I think right now you're just like, yes, this way. Like it's something beyond yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so Aurum, you are now over in the other stairwell. And the Jabberwock is looking for you. So it's going to... Yeah. Come over here, and it's going to make a tail attack against the wall and bust it open. This right here is all busted. So Aurum, you would hear this, like the wall, somewhere beyond the little turret that you're in, a wall explodes, and you hear like a hissing, whispering, burbling. And I keep forgetting to take legendary actions with the Jabberwock. I'll remember for the next session, because we're definitely going to be going into another one with the Jabberwock. So he's gonna bonus action. He can't get very far. He can only get to like here as he begins to slither through and is looking for you. And you are within 30 feet of him, so at the start of your turn, I need you to roll me a charisma saving throw. As you hear the whispering and burbling.
Two.
Okay.
We ever play a reroll?
It's not gonna help.
A reroll? A reroll's not gonna help you?
I have +0.
Oh. Shit. Okay.
So if you wanted to use a reroll and like an inspiration or a proficiency bonus, like you can do that. Like you like the bardic, the D6, 8, 10, 12, those are I consider like a separate resource from a reroll. So if you wanted to do that, you can, or you can just see what's going to happen, because you don't know what happens when it whispers at you. Maybe it becomes your BFF and everything is good and fine.
Let me reroll and see where it puts me.
Okay. So yeah, mark off one of those.
Yep.
I gotta use some of these rerolls, my god.
Yeah, hon.
I'll use a D10.
Okay.
And we just have to hope and pray that it's high on the 10. I once again rolled a 6 for a dirty 20 for my
So
total.
the total is 20?
Yep.
That succeeds. So yeah, you you hear this like droning, burbling, and like you kind of like begin to like almost nod off in it, and then you were able to stop yourself from doing something strange. And it is your turn.
All right. I was told to get him out in the open. So that is what I'm going to do. 5, 10, 25, 30, 5, 35 gets me to this door.
Mm-hmm.
We have both doors open because we put our names in the books, right?
Yep, that one you can just push right through. It's just like an object interaction.
Cool. I'll action dash 5, 10, 15, 30. Over here.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope. Not right now.
Okay. Next up is Dawn. Bloodybeak is looking like she wants to eat you, and so you were going to say like, "Hey, why? Ooh, I'm small. What about the Jabberwock?"
Yeah, he's gonna say, why eat any of us when there's a Jabberwock?
You like say Jabberwock, and Bloodybeak is like actively about to like grab you and pin you down, and she hesitates for a second and says, "Jabberwock? Where? My mortal enemy."
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's prowling around the castle right now. I'm not sure exactly where, but that does sound like more fun, right? And besides, you care a lot about Zybilna, don't you?
Okay, roll another animal handling check. Make it a charisma animal handling check though, and you have advantage because you mentioned both the Jabberwock and the and Zybilna.
That goes from a -2 to a +5. Oh my god, 25 for net with a natural 20.
Yeah, so her feathers that had been kind of like ruffled up, like go sleek, and her talon that was curling towards you, will pull away, and she will say, "Zybilna is my mistress, yes. And I hate the Jabberwock."
She's in a lot of trouble right now, and we're the only people who can get her out of it. So if you eat us, she's going to stay indisposed for a really long time, forever.
I am quite hungry.
Bless you.
I will find the Jabberwock and have my meal. I suggest you do whatever it is needs to be done to help my mistress.
Oh.
I have a rather large appetite, and the Jabberwock is a bit scrawny.
Oh my god, throwing shade?
I'll cast enlarge on it for you. Oh.
Oh
I
god.
know your face, and if my mistress suffers because of you,
Oh boy.
you will be next. And it looks like she's about to like go leave the aviary. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Yeah, I'm going to come over here. Yep.
Cool. And with that, it is Bloodybeak's turn. So she is going to turn, and she is gonna hop on over to the edge here. Unfortunately, though she has a ridiculous flying speed, her speed on the ground is very low. So she gets to the edge and is like about, you know what? She'll bonus action dash and fly 120 feet away. So she's gonna start circling the castle, and you hear her like hooting and screeching, and like the impossibly deep like thrum of her wings as she's flying around. And as she like is leaving, like you see the full like stretch of her wingspan. And like, yeah, the Jabberwock is big, but like he's a little bitch compared to Bloodybeak. Like Bloodybeak is basically a rock, reskinned as like a beast and an owl.
Nice.
So, yeah,
I love
she's
that.
very large. Ego, it's your turn. Clover, you're up next. Then Saoirse, and then we're gonna pause in the turn order there because it'll be night time. So Ego, you are up.
All right. 10 feet. Peek open this door.
Yeah. There's some destruction and like rubble, but you don't see anything in the hallway.
20, 30, 40. Peek in here.
Yeah, you would maybe see like way across the way over here. There's like more destruction, but you don't. I have to sneeze. Oh,
Bless you.
excuse me. Thank you. You don't see the Jabberwock, and you don't see Aurum either.
Let's see. We don't have a Dawn doesn't have a hunter's mark on this, right? Dawn had the hunter's mark on the
On
Yeah,
Doubledale.
no hunter's mark on it.
Okay.
I mean, now
Can
we
I
have
see
access
the
to. Yeah.
Can I see the frozen wizard?
Yeah, I think you see like the tip of like a little staff and like some kind of a robe of like somebody frozen up in here.
Might as
Yeah,
well.
but you barely see somebody in this room.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna dash. Action dash.
Okay.
And I'm going to like move while looking around, but I'm gonna move up to this wall and kind of crouch.
Yeah, as you're moving, you would see that the Jabberwock is like pushing its body like out of here and into the hallway, but then like something happens and it like stops and begins like starting to like push its body like upside down and then like climb up the wall and over like the ceiling. Like it's like going, and then it just like slithers up and does a 180 onto the ceiling and starts heading back into this room. But it doesn't seem to be looking at you from what you can tell.
Well, that's action and movement. So we're gonna lay low here.
Okay.
We gotta maneuver this thing somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see that this chamber here, P23, contains a round marble top table ringed by high-backed chairs. Between the table and a curved wall of tall, slender windows stands a motionless white-haired wizard wielding a staff that has glittering frost erupting from its tip. And that probably matches the description of Wrinkle-Realm that you were given by the rest of Valor's Call, who I don't remember where we left them, to be so honest with you.
They were in the dining room.
Yeah, they probably should have been with you guys for all of this.
They probably
popped off really fast.
It's fine.
They just hung back. It's fine.
Just so that my intentions are known. I mean, I guess I'm still holding the unicorn horn, but also, how tightly is he holding that staff? Could I possibly just slide it up out of his hand? He's got it like that?
He's like white knuckle gripped on it.
All right,
Like,
okay.
he's got like the gorilla grip on this staff.
Unfreezing him might be helpful because he's probably still got spell slots, but he'd make noise. We'll see. We'll see.
Okay. Clover, you are up.
Okay.
Bloody Beak has vacated the premises.
And I'm going to send a message to Aurum to let him know that Bloody Beak is circling the castle now. Are you okay? Where's the Jabberwock?
You can respond. You're
Yeah,
muted.
you can.
Jabberwock's on me. I'm gonna go stand on the edge and hope that the owl gets there first.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That's all I can do because I can't. I use my action to send that, and that's most my movement I can use, so it's my turn.
Yeah. So, next up is going to be Saoirse. The Jabberwock is closer.
Yeah. Saoirse's, she's gonna keep moving forward. I think at this point, so whenever Saoirse walks, usually flowers follow her.
Mhm.
They're all snowdrops at
Aw.
this point that are trailing after her, and her color has shifted even more. That there's no green left. It's all the palest pale blue to her skin tone, and her purple has faded into white.
I feel like you got your outfit is some badass armor though.
Yeah, she's got some ice armor thing going on.
It's the way that really cold metal gets that frosty. I feel like you got some crazy frosty armor, swirly stuff going on.
I'll find some stuff later.
Oh yeah.
I'll find some stuff later. I've got stuff for this. All right, so we're gonna move. This is, I believe. Let's see. All right, we're running to about here, which is okay. So she is running to here, and then she is going to Misty Step again, or Face Step again, to get another 30 feet.
Okay. Yeah, you can.
Right here.
Right next to Zybilna.
Doesn't even look at her. Doesn't even look at her. She turns. So when she face steps like this, I think the Aurora Borealis just shimmers and engulfs her. Yeah. And then trails forward, kind of super speed and into the new spot where she just.
Yeah, for sure. And you know that the Jabberwock is right. I mean, you know exactly where it is. Yep. So you're very close. That brings us back to the top of the initiative order, and it is time to end. So we're gonna pause here and come back to this chaos next. Well, we're off next week. Oh boy. Okay.
Cliffhanger.
So, we're off next week. So, May 15th, we will be back. I will be another year older by that point.
Me too!
And we...
So, 4,000, right?
Actually, 69.
I'm 420,000. Yeah, I'm 4,200.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, hey, everybody. Jabberwock. Chaos.
Jabberwock.
It's fun.
We did
I like that you guys are just kiting him around.
We're in WoW.
My least favorite battles in when I have to do fighting games.
I
hate kiting enemies.
I maintain my stance on Chaos Bolt.
What? That it's bad?
What? That it's bad, or that it's good in the worst way?
It just leads to things.
I love it.
It just does.
You're
things.
so biased.
I love it.
You know, I love it too, because now there's some fun stuff happening.
Hell yeah.
And everybody in the castle is probably freaking out. At least the ones that are conscious and not time stopping anyway. So, thank you as always to my players for joining me on this fun, chaotic Feywild adventure. Thank you to everybody who is hanging out in the chat. We had St. Andrew. We had who else in here? There was Eric Blishy was there. Happy birthday. We had a couple of you guys in there. Pyrite, thank you, Pyrite, for all those Game Master rerolls. I will
Yeah,
use them on the
thanks.
party next
We
week.
didn't need them, Derek.
We didn't.
I needed it. Yeah.
You're on
Thank
notice.
you. Kristy's gonna beat you up.
Thin ice, buddy.
Thank you to Cardboard Castle Games and Little Dragon Corp. Subscribe to our YouTube. Join our Discord.
Fendelver
tomorrow-
and below. Yep, we're on tomorrow.
Fendelver and below tomorrow, so check that out. Anything else that I'm missing?
We are doing a charity thing in June, so keep an eye out for that. We will be updating our socials. We'll be doing a special charity event, 24-hour live stream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah. Golly jeepers. The next time you're trying to kite a Jabberwock through a castle and not get laser beamed in the face by it, while also like trying to free a giant owl that has mad beef with the Jabberwock, don't forget to add your proficiency bonus, and we'll see you back here next time in 2 weeks to see what happens.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Bye.